Yo, what is up? Bama football on YouTube family. What is going on this evening? It's your boy Merrill. We're here to have a good night. We got some more news tonight. Weird. Every single time I pop on, I feel like there is news. But that's just the way it rolls, right? With Alabama football, everyone's covering Alabama football, and I absolutely love it. Coach Jay should be here any minute. He's going to jump in with me tonight. We're going to have a good time. And just for that, just to get it started, let's listen to that theme music, right? Throw those thumbs up for me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I love it. I love it. It's been a fun day already, as we can see with the big news, as you guys have already heard. I'm sure everybody's kind of already heard, right? And that's pretty awesome. Like with the commitment of Daryl Duke Johnson. Boom, baby. Boom. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys are all excited. I know we got a lot of people in here tonight, so already jumping in here, and I absolutely love it. Bruce Watson, what's going on, my friend? Philip, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Gil Cruz, I see you, Gil. What's up? Absolutely love this. Showtime, or Sweet Home Alabama. What's up, Sweet Home Bama 24. Michael Shane Griffin, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Jim Parker, what's going on? Caitlin, I see you in here. What's up, Caitlin? How are you? Nova Speed, what's up, friend? Love it. Todd, how you doing, man? Roll Tide, Todd. Roll Tide. Absolutely love this. Who else we got in here? We got Kimberly. What's going on, Kimberly? Great evening. Good to see you. Chris from NJ. What's up, New Jersey Chris? How you doing, man? Good to see you too. Thank you for jumping in. My buddy Joseph Davidson. What's up, man? How you doing, Joseph? Absolutely love this. Love seeing you guys in here. We got Adam. Adam, what's going on? Appreciate all the love last night, Adam. You're giving me a lot of love. I saw that in the comments today when I rewatched. Pretty cool, man. Appreciate that. 100. LaQuisha. How you doing, LaQuisha? How you doing? How's the evening going for you? Right? Absolutely. Antonio Snell, how are you, my friend? Good to see you in here too. Thank you for running those emotes up, man. Appreciate that. 100% appreciate that. Who else we got in here? Let's see. Larry Large, what's going on? What is going on, Larry? Good to see you. Carla M. Bailey, how are you, Carla? Good to see you. I love seeing you guys. Familiar faces in here this evening. Love it as we keep rolling through the evening. A lot of, hey, Crimson Dad 813. What's up, man? How are you? Roll Tide to you, man. A lot of cool stuff. JC. Jay Jackson, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? How you doing? The beat dropping always crazy on these 12 seconds back. Hey, I like it. Love it, man. We're dropping that beat for sure. It's an exciting day. Matt Farms, what's going on, friend? How you doing, Matt? Good to see you, man. Nice to be back. I love that. Mike G, what's up? There's a lot of people in here, and hey, I'll tell you, and I'll say this. Sorry if I don't get to you and throw your name up there right away. But as you jump on, we like to say hey to everybody. Roll Tide, Ryan. Roll Tide to you. So as you guys jump on, we talk about this exciting day again, right? We had a pro day today. Pretty cool. Alabama's pro day. Some guys showed out. It was absolutely fantastic. It was exciting. I mean, I was all about that. For me, it was one of those things where you get to see some guys come out there, and it sounds like Kool-Aid, his ankle was hurt too, but he went out and played. Man, hey, dude, love it. He went out, ran around. He looked good. Probably increased that draft stock. We saw Coach SMook. Kyle, I think, was there. I don't know if T was there too, but I know there's some cool footage. Hopefully they'll put some stuff out. Coach SMook was posting all day on Twitter. So if you got Twitter, make sure you follow Coach SMook, right? And all the different platforms that he runs. Okay. It's just been over the last 24 hours. Let's just say that. What's up, Jermaine? How you doing, man? What's up? And J. Cole, appreciate that. 100. And so it's been a lot of stuff, and Mike G, what's going on, Mike G? But a lot of stuff. Hey, Marquita, what's going on, Marquita? Good to see you in here. I saw your comment last night too. Hey, still number one. Appreciate that, Marquita. Appreciate that. So great news. I mean, we had a fun night last night, right? With some recruits jumping in and being able to chat with Coach SMook. Amazing stuff right there. On top of that, we got to talk a lot about Kaden Proctor, right? And there's some interesting comments made today by JC Latham, right? That was interesting. I like that. Um, you know, I'm interested to see what everyone thinks on those comments from JC about Kaden coming back. You know, the grass isn't always greener. I think we heard that a lot last night, but we got to see those comments come out today by JC Latham. That was pretty cool, right? And then, man, this like the recruiting aspect of what's going down. Dwight, how you doing, my friend? What's up? What's up? You know, and Stephen Craig, how you doing, man? What's up, Steve? So a lot of cool stuff with that being said, like with the recruits coming on campus, what they're saying, continuing to say, what we continue to hear, something I've been preaching nonstop about just the way these guys are rolling, you know, with the coaching staff, with what's going on with Alabama football, and just that energy they're bringing, right? That energy they are bringing, absolutely phenomenal. I love it. It's exciting. I think the guys coming in here are excited to see this energy, see what's being said about the program, about the guys that they, you know, keep hearing about nonstop with these coaches all over, you know. Pretty amazing. Caleb Taylor, what's up, man? Roll Tide, dude. Roll Tide to you too, my friend. So we got to be really excited about what this coaching staff is doing. If you didn't have a chance to kind of hear, there was also a great interview today, Tide 100.9 with Ryan Fowler, right? And Coach KD. Really, really awesome time hearing him on. It's funny because they were talking about just a few ago, I guess, within the last 20 minutes or so. I was listening to a little bit of it, and Ryan and them were comparing Coach KD's Roll Tide, right? How's it sound? Right, from when he first started to now, and is it getting better? Is it getting a little more smooth? Is it getting a little more comfortable? Right? Let's say, sounded good, man. Roll Tide. I like it. You know, we all don't got that beautiful Southern accent, right? But dang, I tell you what, he knows how to roll tide, right? So I like it, man. I like his Roll Tide. It sounds good. That's the Northerner in me. But I'll tell you, is with him in his mindset, we got to hear some key pieces. You know, again, if you're not on Twitter, you can also follow like Brody Smoot, right? He does some good stuff, really putting out kind of some of the key parts of that interview with Ryan Fowler and what was said, just from a recruiting standpoint, some positions he's excited for, right? I mean, and then you saw Kyle kind of talking about it in a video he recently released. And again, if you haven't already and you're jumping in, run those thumbs up for me. Become a subscriber. And everybody here at Bama Football on YouTube, this whole team is amazing. We try to bring it for you. We try to bring it for you every single time. And that's right, man. Like, I love it, guys. I love it. Throw those chats in, super chats. You know, not as crazy as last night with how busy it was to do the news, but it should be a little bit. We're excited. We're going to talk a little bit about Daryl Duke Johnson. The dude's a stud. Our newest commit. Let's welcome him. Daryl, nice to see you here. Roll Tide, my friend. Roll Tide. You belong here, man. Look at this dude. He's a stud. Absolute stud. And we're going to talk about what he brings. You know, and Phil, yeah, man, I am from Washington. That is technically a Yankee, correct? That's from the north. So that's why you don't hear me with a Southern accent, right? So it's all good, though. I like it, man. I lived in Alabama for quite some time. So absolutely cool, though. And I love this. You know, I love the fact that we're seeing these guys jump on board. I think there's a lot of excitement, right? And I think we're going to see some more. Eyes wide open, everybody. There's going to be a lot more jumping in on this as we continue to roll through spring ball, I think, into fall ball, as we continue to get guys on campus. That's a big thing. And you got to give a big shout out right now to Courtney Morgan and to Tavius Sanders, to Ron Hodges, to everybody out there doing work in the player personnel office as far as like the recruiting backside of things. They are doing a great job. Okay. They're doing a great job with getting these guys out there. And I'll tell you that. And so let's talk Duke, right? Let's talk about Duke. Super excited for this young man. If you kind of seen some of his interviews that he's done with, he did a really exclusive interview with On3. And it was interesting to hear, you know, how excited he was to get this process going, to get it done for the most part, right? And get going overall. You know what I mean? That was exciting. I think he wanted to get through it, and he said he found his dream school. You know, this is his dream school, right? And he had said that back on the 27th. It was kind of a hint towards which way he was already going. Okay. He said that in an interview on February 27th. He goes, Alabama was my dream school, right? And so during the recent exclusive interview within the last few days, he hinted at, this is my dream school. I'm so excited. And those comments were spot on with which direction he was going, which, again, you got to be really happy for a kid who has that opportunity, such as is Daryl Duke, right? Johnson, DJ. I tell you, man, like, to have this opportunity to go do what you want to do as a player, a play where you want to play, especially your dream school, that's huge. That is so big. And I'm so just excited for the young man. But let's look at him overall from a stat standpoint, right? And I think we look at him and what position he's potentially going to play. The guy plays all over the field. Like, put number one. Like, let's go back and we look at his overall, highlight tape and the things he does in his highlight tape. I mean, he's everywhere. He plays a little bit of QB, plays a running back. He's playing a defensive back, right? He plays linebacker. I think a lot of people are projecting him to be a linebacker. Supposedly, I don't know if it just came out or whatnot, but supposedly there's an article just recently with maybe like Womack had said something about him and what they were looking for in recruiting. I'm not sure. I hadn't seen that yet. Just kind of popped that up. But it sounds like he's going to go for linebacker. Now, could he potentially play like a Husky? Man, he could play a Husky. Yeah, he kind of has that, like maybe a Mark Barron idea to him, just his size. He has really good size. I'll break him down too from a standpoint of what I see in film. I'm not quite as technically savvy as Coach SMook, though. I'll get there. So y'all be patient with me as eventually I'll be better off with pulling some of these guys' film on and we can break it down together. I think that would be a lot of fun, similar to what Coach SMook does, and we can talk about film. Or if SMook jumps on, we can do it together, honestly, in the end of the day. And that would probably be a lot of fun. We could really talk about some of the things he does. And all these recruits do. There's not just one dude or two dudes within this, start of this amazing class. And I got to give all those guys a round of applause. They leveled up in life. I made a post about this. You get an opportunity to go to a school like this. It changes your life forever as a player. You know what I'm saying? Changes your life forever as a player. So not only if football doesn't necessarily work out for you and you don't end up playing in the NFL, because only a few guys do in the end of the day, guess what? Playing at University of Alabama, it'd be interesting to hear what a lot of the guys think and say after they've played at University of Alabama. I know a few, talked to them a little bit, but what a lot of guys say once they're done and the opportunities they have in their life when they're finished. And you got to think about that as a recruit. That's a big deal. That's a huge selling point. You get an amazing education here. The programs they have here that you get to go study and learn. You have all the assistance in the world to be what you want to be. And that should be the biggest goal is, man, be the best football player you can be, but also, man, try to make sure you capitalize on the opportunity to get your education, get your degree, maybe get 2. I don't know. If you're lucky, get 2, right? Like, that's a big deal. It's all here for you. You walk this campus. It's a beautiful campus, and it's just going to continue to get better and better. So you have to think about that. And these young men who are jumping in and signing on early, very much appreciated, and roll tide to them, because in the end of the day, these guys see the vision that Coach DeBoer is trying to show everybody, right? Trying to show everybody. Yeah, David Payne Jr. What's up, man? How you doing? Amazing education. That's right. You get an amazing education coming to University of Alabama, 100%. I went to school here for a little bit too. Surprisingly, you guys be surprised. Yeah, afterwards, after I was done playing. Yes, you do get an amazing education. But not just that, like I said, you get to really level up in life. You know what I'm saying? Just from a standpoint of what sort of resources and the people in the fan base and all those who surround you, and forever you are part of the family. That is huge, huge, huge. So, I like the fact that, we get these guys coming in and who have this dream to play here, play at University of Alabama. They get to come here and they're part of this new era, DeBoer era, right? A pretty absolutely amazing to see these guys buying into the vision that is being, I guess, the vision that is being shown and that is true to its selling points, right? Because we hear it's being sold to these guys, but it's not just being sold. It's being like shown from a standpoint. And thanks, Kimberly. I appreciate you. I saw that comment. Yeah, Byron Walker, man. Okay, I like this. We talk about this a little bit. I'll get into this a little bit, but it's being sold from a standpoint that these guys get to come here, and when they get on campus, they realize it's not just a used car salesman, right? Like as they call it. You're not just being sold something fake. It's easy to go all over the place and then be sold into something that might not necessarily be true once you get there. We hear about it a lot with the like NIL deals, right? But here, I think this atmosphere is very real. I mean, I know this atmosphere is real because you got to look at the genuine and sincerity of these coaches who are here right now. I can't wait to see what they continue to do within this recruiting field, right? They continue to do with these recruits who have the opportunity to get that field. Like we had a chance, and Coach, to all watch and listen as Coach SMook got to speak with Coach SMook's in here, man. I love it. There he is. It's I don't know if Coach Jay is just not showing tonight or where he's at. I don't know what's going on. He might be busy. I don't know, but it might just be me. So if you want to jump on Coach SMook, go ahead, man. We can just run it together for a little bit if you want to. But I'll tell you, with these guys coming in, and like I said, as we kind of go through and I talk about Duke and some of these other guys in the class, just a little bit, because I know there will be some amazing. And hey, I see you up there. Hold on now, Janet. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you, Janet. What's going on, Nicole? I see you in here too. What's up? So I'll tell you, like these guys, as we look at him and we look at what Coach SMook was able to do the other night with just speaking. I'll send you. This sounds good, Coach SMook. He's going to jump on here shortly, but with me and just speaking with some of these recruits, right? Because if you guys were able to tune in, we had Luke Metz on. Luke, phenomenal young man, stud player. Really excited for him and his decision as he gets through the process. Sounds like it's coming up soon, potentially end of this week, right? With Luke, excited for him. And then we got to see Big Mike Carroll, man. And Mike's still going through that process. Support that 100%. Mike, you do your thing. Go through your process, man. Go through your process. Do your thing. But I'll tell you what, I think we all know, and deep down, man, this is a good place for you. This is a good place for you. So, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. I absolutely love it. And I think these dudes see it too. They get that feeling, Coach Cap with the linemen. I love seeing all the linemen getting offered. If you guys haven't paid attention to that, there's a lot of linemen they're offering right now. And then we get to hear some of the takes from the guys coming on campus who get to go watch practice, right? We just had a wide receiver here from Mater Dei. What was his name? Let's see here. Marcus Harris, man. Marcus is a baller too. And that's from the West Coast. That's from where I'm from, my neck of the woods, right? The West Coast. Okay. Marcus Harris is a baller. Yeah. And there's a couple other guys over at Mater Dei that we're looking at too, and Dejon Lee, he's a cornerback not out of Mater Dei, but he's up out of California too. Stud cornerback. He's another guy that I know is paying attention to what's going on over here. For the West Coast guys to pay attention right into the smack down south, right? Down south here in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa. I love that. And I love that outreach is all over the nation. All over the nation. Everybody's taking notice. Thank you, Kaden, for coming back too. You know what I mean? I'll tell you that. Thank you, Kaden Proctor. Thank you, KP, for coming back. Time to put in that work, though, man. Time to put in that work 100%. Like, you got to get after it. And obviously, you as JC Latham kind of said, the grass isn't always greener. A lot of people said it yesterday too, and yesterday evening, right? But again, going back to the recruiting aspect, like you see these guys, they're noticing, they feel that energy. And again, thank you, Luke and Big Mike, for jumping in last night and kind of giving us your take on what you're feeling and hearing, because that is authentic right there. I love seeing those guys jump in here and be able to talk about that, man. That wasn't that we had nothing even close to this back in the day when I was going through the recruiting process. You know how cool that would have been, man. That is cool. Like absolutely cool. You get a chance to just go out there, say what's up to everybody, get your face out there, say, hey man, this is who I am, this is what's going on, as you're being recruited by, potential dream school of yours, right? Pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. I love that. So jumping into Daryl Duke Johnson, big DJ, right? Guy, Dodge County High School, Eastman, Georgia. Okay. Looking at, like I said, projected linebacker. Monica Hill, what's going on, Monica? Ronald Thompson. Yeah, Ronald, we'll talk about Zion. Don't worry, man. We'll talk about that. We'll get there. We got to know. There's so many guys we can talk about. But going back with DJ, like I want to center focus on him. Right now, it's his time. It's DJ's time right now. It's Daryl Duke Johnson's time. He made that big commitment tonight, this evening. Very happy for this man. This is his time. We're going to spotlight him right now. I love everybody else, 100%. You make a commitment, we're going to spotlight you too. But for him, right, like 6'1", 200, right? Like probably, man, I mean, the guy, like I was watching his junior film. He's yoked. I like it. You know what I mean? Like this guy is a big dude. And the way he runs, man, is phenomenal. I love the way he runs. And that, I mean, all these guys, all the athletes in this class, every single one of them, all the way they all play, the way they all run is phenomenal. I think with Duke though, when you watch him run, he runs with power. There's some serious power, and like he's very explosive in his steps. What I mean by that is you can see it when he like hits somebody, right? And Jim Parker, I've seen your question. Don't worry, man. I just want to kind of get through this part, and then I'll get to you. Okay. So Jim, I appreciate you, man. I like your question. I'm going to star it so I can look at it. And in the future too, make sure you throw up that super chat. That's easier, but I'll get at you just 1 second. But with Daryl and or DJ, right? With him, you watch the way he runs with that power and that speed. And then the way he's very explosive when he connects. He does look Larry Large. He looks bigger than 6'1". I felt the same way when I watched the film, man. And yeah, like that. I tell you, he is one of those guys who just is very, very impressive when you look at him at every part of the field. And one of the things his coach had said in an interview on On3, right? His coach has said that Patrick Sims, he's 6'3". Okay, all right, man. Patrick Sims just said he's 6'3". All right, cool, man. Well, perfect. Good for him. I mean, any of those kind of heights for him, like I love it. I mean, the bigger the better. Good for you. Like that's awesome. But I love his size in general, right? I mean, whether he's 6'1", 6'3", 2, I mean, to me, kind of look closer to like 210, right? He just had that kind of that really perfect size to come in and make an impact. And as he continues through his senior year and he gets on campus, we've seen what the guys do here, man. We see what the guys do here. As far as their overall, okay, his player profile is outdated. Good to know, man. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that 100%. So I'll tell you, like his overall size and the way he will be able to translate that into the field, especially if you look at some of the freshmen already that we have in this 2024 class going through spring ball right now. I mean, like Jalen Mbakwe is a great example. That guy's definitely put on some muscle quickly. And it's cool to see, right? It's fun to see these guys develop. It's amazing what they can do with these programs and just your health and overall nutrition and getting you into a position to be successful with your body. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think it's pretty amazing that you get a guy like this who is so diverse on the field, because he plays some DB. He plays linebacker a little bit. They put him out at camp. Actually, someone talking about this. He was at a camp and they had him down to linebacker. He's covering running backs. People were extremely impressed with DJ's coverage skills at linebacker. And I think that is going to translate huge. I mean, I like it. Could he potentially play like a Husky, right? Could he be one of those guys, or does he play like a Sting? Where I could say like, we get a couple other guys in this recruiting class commit, maybe, someone like, I don't know. We had Luke Metz on last night. Let's put it out there. With Luke, he could play he'd be a hell of a mic. But Luke also is extremely athletic, extremely fast. He could play Sting too. So the diversity and the ability for these guys to play all over the field is pretty phenomenal. I love that. I love seeing that they're going after these athletes, these guys who play. They're not just like focused on one position. These guys could really play all over. You know, like that's what I'm saying. That's what I like about it. Is each one of these guys who come in could truthfully play either side of the ball, right? They all have a certain skill set. You know, I watched Zamir Smith's highlights. Okay, Zamir Smith's highlights are impressive. I don't know how many people yet have jumped in on Zamir. I know we just did I think a video, or we are about to do some exclusive work or video on him. But Zamir Smith is very dynamic. How does he play a DB? So you're looking at this recruiting class already, and it's pretty awesome because I think it just said we jump back into the top 5 with recruiting. That is exciting. Super happy for these guys. So now you have Daryl Duke Johnson, right? You have Derek Smith. Looks like he's projected at wide receiver. You got Anthony Rogers, absolute stud. Okay, Anthony is just a heck of a running back, man. Heck of a running back. You got Antonio Coleman. Welcome back, big Antonio Coleman, man. Like that dude, a beast. You got Miles Johnson, been strongly committed, continues to stay strong. I would say one of your kind of leaders in there, right? Yeah, and Patrick Sims. Bama currently has the number 2, number 4, and number 10 athletes in the class going after. You should have heavily multiple guys that are heavily multiple. Yeah, they're going after dudes who are dynamic. They're going after people they can utilize in different positions. And it's funny too, because a lot of these, what I think you'll also see on the defensive side when you start seeing some of the defensive backs commit, you're going to see these guys be able to technically play all over the field, right? The only real position at defensive back where it's kind of maybe it's a true position and you could rotate with that is going to be probably, I would say, that rover spot. That rover, just because it does play up close to the line of scrimmage, you need to have a little bit of size if you're going to match up on whether you're going to match up on the tight end, but you got to be able to cover when you match up over a slot. Okay, so I love that, man. I love that. I love what they're going after. I love their mindset and what they're seeing. And truly, you know, I had a discussion with Ty Hayes. If you didn't tune in earlier, me and Ty we had the morning a little bit to ourselves, right? So we jumped on and we did the morning session together for almost 2 hours this morning. And we talked about a lot of stuff. We did get a little bit into the recruiting aspect. And we were interested. One of the things we thought about and talked about a bit was that this class is so there, and SMook has brought this up too, is this class is so loaded full of talent all over. It's not just like a small group of guys that you got a lot of guys in here who could be ranked 5 stars. I'm going to be honest with you. Daryl Johnson's probably going to be a dude who we're going to see that ranking pop up. I think Derek Smith's another one. And I love Zamir Smith too, from an athlete standpoint, right? You look at some of these guys and you're going, okay, how many of these guys are going to stay in this sort of how many of their stock is going to keep rising even after they've committed? And I love seeing that. I love seeing the guys that we're targeting, man. What's good, GV86? I see you, man. What's going on? So big news, exciting, super stoked for this young man. I mean, you break him down like two-way baller. He's 2023, he was an all-region as a defensive back, you know? And that's impressive. That's impressive. And Jan, I see your comment. I'm going to star that one too. I'm going to get to you on that one too. Don't get me wrong. I'll try to get to these comments and these questions, and I want to highlight some of them as we go. I just want to make sure we give that recognition and that love to Daryl Duke Johnson for that commitment today. I think that's huge. Anytime we get a commitment, these guys they deserve their time, right? They deserve their time. And I love that, that we get some of these guys who are still going through the process to jump on, right? That was so awesome by Coach SMook. And those guys in general, like, we appreciate their time, right? But with DJ, right, he plays all over. The guy's like extremely strong, and Turbo Rogers, that's right, Turbo, man, we got you. And Ackland Deer, yeah, Ackland Deer, that's going to be a good one. I like that one too. But his footwork is really good. That's what I also like about DJ, is I really like watching his footwork as he moves and flows across the line from sideline to sideline. You watch the way he works into the pile when he's playing tight up to the line of scrimmage. And I love it, man. Like, I love it. So, and train wreck 70. I like it, man. We'll get to that one too. We'll, we'll get to that one too. So, you know, um, I also like the fact that this guy with DJ, um, I I see it, Patrick. I'm starring some of these. I'm starring some of these. Mike Mulligan, I appreciate that, bro. I see you guys' comments. We'll get to them, but I like the fact that with his footwork and the way he sees the field, his recognition, and then his reaction, and then when he gets to the ball, he is extremely explosive. Okay, and the reason I say that is if you watch DJ's highlights, it's where he brings his pad level and then explodes through with his hips at the point of contact. His pad level drops perfectly right below the other pad level, and boom, he pops through that with this. With they called it, we used to call it a jammer machine. But you grab on the two bars, right here, grab on the two bars, and what you're practicing there is you stand in a stance, like a parachute or like you're about to jump, and then you explode up and through. And what you're doing is you're bringing that motion to tackle, and it comes up at this angle to be very explosive and bring that power at the end. I think that's the thing that you see with DJ is that he does that very naturally, and that's scary when you have a player like that. That is very, very scary because that is the type of guy that when he hits you, you are going to feel it. You are going to feel that power and that pop when he gets to you, and you see it, man. Just the way he lights people up on that film. I mean, he gets to people and he's running. If he has some time to come catch you, and he gets you at an angle, he's going to hit you with some power. Really, I love that on defense. I'm a defensive guy. I love seeing that stuff. Right? He's very fluid with sideline to sideline. He works through the pile really well, right? And then when he does blitz, he times it spot on. I love his timing. His timing is down. It looks really good. So, absolutely welcome, big Daryl Duke Johnson. You the man. We're excited to see you here at University of Alabama. See you on the field. Have a great senior year. If he comes in early, very, very excited. Get 100%, Larry. Sees ball, get ball. See ball, get ball. And you know what? That's what the 4-2-5 defense is about. That's why I think he's a perfect fit. Okay, like 100%. 4-2-5 defense is all about using your eyes, see it, right? Make your move, flow as one unit to the ball, stop the ball. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. Oh man, train wreck. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burn your Pop-Tart, dude. But hey, we did start a couple comments. So first things first, let's get to this one. Jim Parker. What's up, man? Merrill and SMook, chances of downs to be next. Caleb started following Bama football, Woodyer and Brown. So there's been a lot of rumor right now with Caleb Downs. All right. Everybody, there's a lot of people talking about Caleb Downs. Sorry, I got to keep pulling this cord back because it gets on my shoulder and it gets all crazy. But a lot of stuff with Caleb Downs right now. What it sounds like, Jim, this is just my opinion. Yeah, I don't have any inside scoop on this. I'll tell you right now. But what it does sound like is that Caleb, there's a lot of smoke put out there, a lot of stuff put out there that Caleb was going to be this the next one in, and maybe who knows, right? Like we don't know, but I can tell you there was like a fake profile at one point that was discovered. Ty Hayes, Roundtable Sports, when we were on this morning, he kind of pointed that out. It catches a lot of people too. It catches a lot of people supposedly, and it sounds like there's some fake stuff. And Ohio State's NIL, the foundation, they kind of fell for it a little bit. It's all good. I mean, everybody kind of falling for it right now. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, could it happen? I'm not saying it couldn't. Anything can happen, right? But as far as Caleb right now, with some of the things that are being done, like social media wise, whether they're fake or actually his, all right, I'll tell you this is just be patient and see how this works out. Spring is going to be very, very interesting because this potentially also could be one of the last spring portals, right? I could see the NCAA definitely changing this whole format by next year, or NCAA or whoever owns it by then, right? Because the NCAA, we don't even know how long they're going to be around anymore with all the crazy stuff going on. But whoever has this next year, man, I'll tell you, I think this might be the last one. So I think a lot of guys are getting antsy and there's going to be a lot of movement. So, I mean, the other part too is if we think these like new recruits are getting all the energy, think about players from different schools who are seeing what's going on at Bama. Think about that. That's exciting. So, Jim, hope I answered your question on that one. Next one, we got Janet. Jake, is it weird to say I wish Saban was out there with his guys today for pro day? I get that this is Coach Katie's team now, but those guys learned from and played their hearts out for Saban, right? 100%. 100%. I do think, I don't know, he was he not out there at all? I didn't see anything. I haven't heard anything. I know it sounded like maybe Kristen, right? Kristen Saban was there. Um, but overall, like I agree with you. It would have been nice to see him out there for sure. I think that would be the way to go. Maybe it was a way for him for KD to integrate himself in with the guys leaving, even though they're leaving, they still want to have that bond and still feel welcomed back. And maybe that's just part of it, right? It's also a way for I think KD being at his first pro day. Maybe Saban doesn't want to draw all the attention away from KD and the coaching staff that is there. From the standpoint of this, is you have a lot of pro coaches there. You're developing relationships with all of these guys. You have agents there. You have scouts there. All these relationships are being built. Maybe that weren't the same that you had at Washington or any of the other schools you've had, right? So that could be another big factor in it. Okay. I think that it's like a two-way street, right? Like I would love to see Saban there, but also I understand why he's not. And it's almost like you could kind of appreciate his thought process and what KD's thought process was through it all. And whether, I'm sure DeBoer's like, hey, yeah, sure, you definitely come on down. Yes, sir. Like, we'd love to see you, but at the same time, I think I think there is some strategy behind it. 100%, Janet. So hopefully that gets your question. And then we got another one. And then we got Crimson Blood. Crimson Blood just threw in a super chat. What's up, man? All right, let me get at you. $22, 22 and 22 cent super chat, man. Appreciate you. Crimson Blood. I would rather have hungry 4-star recruits in a great system instead of mentally weak 5-star money-grabbing mercenaries. We need grit. That's an interesting way to put it right there, Crimson Blood. I like that way of saying it. Mercenaries. Man, you're onto something right there, man. You're onto something right there. It's like, I like that, man. That's a good thought process. Yeah, 100%. In the end of the day, though, those stars are not what matters. It's a matter of how you play. The star ranking stuff, it's all about how many camps you get to and how exposed you get and showing your talent against other guys, right? That's what it is. I don't need to sit there and be like, this 5-star, because he's a 5-star, I want him. I don't care how many stars you have. And guess what? The coaches don't either. They want guys who are ballers, straight ballers, okay? Like in the end of the day, I just want a hungry player with extreme talent. The most talent I can find. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. The star ranking stuff all goes away when you step on campus anyways. No one gives a shit anymore how many stars you have once you're on the practice field. You could potentially get lit up just like the other guy next to you, right? Like, that's the thing. And you're right. Like the adversity factor, Adam, I see your comment right here. They need to learn how to overcome adversity and not jump ship whenever things go wrong. I agree. We can only judge it though by so much, right? We can only judge what we see from the outside. A lot of people don't realize what goes on maybe in the locker room or what goes on in players' mindsets or what goes on with coaching staffs, right? We are fairly confident in this staff in what they are doing because they have been very open with media access, which has been a huge win. And I'll talk about that here in a few, but at the same time, like you're right, adversity is a huge part of learning in life, and it allows you to excel in life quicker. So when you face adversity and you face it the right way, like the buffalo faces into the storm, goes through the storm, you get out of the storm faster, you learn that lesson faster, and you get to grow as a human being, as a person. Same thing is applied as a football player. Okay? Same thing is applied as an athlete, or honestly anything in life. Okay? That adversity will help you grow as long as you face it the right way. Don't let emotions cloud your judgment, right? And it's hard to say to a young kid, though. That's something we have to also think about. It's difficult, right? So I will say this. is from a standpoint of these guys having the chance to maybe see something new and jump. This transfer portal is going to be, man, going to be wild, right? And this is an interesting one. The question I like this. I laughed so hard when he said it's a business decision, and we all know. I didn't even see the comment that you were talking about, but I know it's about Bond. I mean, man, dude, I'm not like, come on, man. Like, dude, it's not. I get the business decision. Okay, like this. Let's not build it into something that it's not. Okay, like in the end of the day, you just wanted the money. Fair enough. That's you came out and said it. You were real about it. You were direct. Okay, peace. Later. Have fun. Good luck in your career. 100%. That's where it's at. I don't want Bond. If there's one guy I don't want back, I don't want Bond to come back. Right? That would be one guy I don't, just because of that mindset. That's not the mindset I want in my locker room. That's not the mindset I want around the players. That's not the mindset that helps this team win. Because I hate to say it in this way, but a selfish mindset. Anthony Harris, what's up, dog? How you doing, man? What's up? I don't know, like that selfish mindset. I'm not about that. To win, right, and to win in this area in the SEC especially. Yeah, you need talent, but you know what will definitely help you win is that camaraderie and that bond. 100%. That team bonding. So even though your last name's Bond, I don't think that's part of your process, my friend. This is not for you. Texas is a perfect spot for you. I respect Texas football, but they got a lot of guys over there. They can work with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not for you. You could even consider Ohio State if you wanted. So, but yeah, I'm just not. I'm not about that, man. Like right now at this point, right? Like we need to look at who's here and who is putting in that work every day. I will give Kaden, as I said last night, that opportunity to come in and welcome him back with open arms. We tell him the expectation is higher. You need to come in and make sure you keep that standard, if not higher that standard for yourself, and learn and do and outwork everybody in this room, right? I said it earlier today on the show. I'll say it again. Don't come in with any expectations. Your expectations should be, I don't deserve shit, and I need to work for everything I get. 100%. Don't come in here with expectations you're going to start. That's not it. That gets you nowhere. And I don't think he is, to be honest with you. I do not think that is the case. Okay. That's like, I don't know if for all those people, I said it earlier, but if you watch Yellowstone, it's like when Rip is talking to that young kid they adopt. I forgot that kid's name. They adopt him, and the girl adopt this young kid. And that's what he tells the kid. He goes, guess what, man? Your expectations is that you don't deserve shit, and you have to earn everything you get. And I love that, man. I'm all about that. Like, that is the way it goes. Because, in real life, that's the way it works. 100%. Yeah, Carter. Thanks, Caitlin. His name is Carter. So there's a couple of other comments in here. Trainwreck, let's get to yours. So hold on. Just help me, Trainwreck, if you're still in here, help me understand this one a little bit. While lit, Coach Merrill, you must be mistaken. CKD can't recruit in the South. Okay, I get you. Those 4 stars from Alabama and this one from Georgia is a fluke. LOL. Hey, man, I like the sarcasm on that one, though. Well, what's crazy is I actually brought this up, too. And good comment, man. That's a good one. I like that. But here's the thing is I brought this up, too, man. I brought up the fact that it's crazy that everybody's like, wait. Yeah, I meant wait. I get you. I got the sarcasm though. I got it. But I brought up this fact is that everybody, when KD comes over, they're like, he's not from the South. He doesn't have Southern ties. This isn't going to go well for him. He's not going to be able to connect on this basis. And you guys maybe have heard me say this already within the last few times. Is that just hold on? Hey, what's up, Mike Fork? I see you in here. Like, listen to this though. From this standpoint, is everyone said KD will not do well recruiting in the South because he's not a good recruiter. But this almost became the perfect scenario for him as a recruiter. Okay. And the reason I say this is because of his sincerity and how genuine he is, how real he is, right? Like the South is it's a different culture. It's different from the East Coast and up north. Okay, if we go up to New York, it's different from the West Coast, and what goes down California through Washington, right? It's different than the Midwest in a sense. Like the South has a very unique culture, and here's what I'd say. What's up, Mike? Is I would say that KD, for coming to Alabama, this would be the almost perfect, actually ideally the perfect fit for him in recruiting, not just because you have, the name behind it, right, and the legacy behind Alabama, but I think in general for the SEC, for him to have to come in here and recruit, he gets to use who he really is. He gets to be real. And hold on, why is that important? Because I think down south, right, if we go into a Cracker Barrel, right, or we go into a Waffle House, or we sit down, shoot, there's another couple of burger places I've been to, but you sit down, right, and the waitress comes up to you. Everybody in that restaurant will smile at you and wave. Everybody will be real. You can go sit in the rocking chairs at Cracker Barrel, and you can talk to someone next to you and have a full conversation with respect, right? Then it doesn't matter. They're going to respect, and everybody's nice and kind, and they're real, and they appreciate kindness and respect back, right? Like 100% on this. KD is that person. That's who Coach KD is, and the staff around him, they are those people. And that's why I'm telling you why he is going to be that successful within recruiting. And he is just getting started. That is what's crazy and scary. The guys who have already realized it, with DJ, Derek Smith, Turbo Rogers, Big Coleman, Miles Johnson, Zamir Smith, you guys have already seen it. You agreed in your minds and your hearts and realized that this was the place for you. You made that commitment right away because you said, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is what I feel good about. And that's my direction. I'm good. I don't need to see anything else, or I've seen what I need to see. Right. But this is home for me because that's what I portray. And, or that's what this place and these coaches are portraying. So you have to give it up to KD. This is a very, very impressive overall way that he's gone about putting his staff together of who they are as people, right? And then on top of that, you get to also see how genuine and real he is and how it's winning on the recruiting trail in the South. Huge. He's not doing this with money bags. He's not walking around like the lucky leprechaun and dropping a money bag on the front porch. Some of these programs have to do that. And Mike, I appreciate that, man. This is pretty cool. In all of college football, the best hire since Saban, 100. Okay, was smart. All right, I knew Bama would be fine as long as Smart was on staff. None of the other coordinators were really integral. Okay, I see what you're saying. As far as like coming to Bama, is that where we're going, Mike? But all right. And then there's another one in here too. And I saw another comment in here I wanted to get at. Okay, here's another one. Here's the other one. I was actually worried that we were going to get Lanning. That's probably a minority opinion, but I've seen him blow too many games with his fourth and go attitude. You're talking about all the games against the Huskies, all against DeBoer. Nah, that's an interesting one, man. Here's the thing is Lanning is really smart. I want to give Lanning a lot of props from the standpoint of what he's done with his career so quickly. And good for him. Oregon's a good fit for Lanning. I don't think Alabama was it for him. And then I remember the ESPN article about Norvell. I would not want Norvell's the last guy I want here at Alabama. That is not who I would want backing up Saban. I don't know where anybody thought that would be like a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, man, that's no. So, I get that. But, Austin French with that 199 super chat. Hey, appreciate you, Austin. 100%, man. Appreciate you in here. Jarrell Lane, what's up? How you doing, man? How you doing? What's up? It's interesting to see like with this staff and how much stuff is impacted, right? From different coaching changes as well. If we just look back, it brings up the fact that, interesting enough, Mike Shula is coming back into the SEC. If you guys all saw that, very interesting. Mike Shula is coming back into the SEC to work over at South Carolina with Beamer. So interesting, you know what I'm saying? Like with Shula going in there, doing his thing. I Hey, okay, cool, man. Welcome back to the SEC. It sounds like he was a more of a NFL guy, right? Shula was around when I was going through recruiting. He was at Alabama. Mike Shula was when I was going through recruiting. So it's kind of interesting. A lot of people kind of popping back their heads back in, you know. And then I saw a couple others down here too. Is Trainwreck, he popped one up, man. And Merrill, people don't realize how big of a hire Courtney Morgan was. Yeah. Guy is super, he's legit. Courtney Morgan, he's a huge hire. And I think Courtney Morgan, though, is a great manager, right? He's a great people manager in getting the right people in the right places to excel programs. Courtney had a great business prior to getting back into football, where he ran that business and connecting people, and that's what he does best. He's one of those guys. He's that good, and so it's impressive. You know what I mean? Like I love that. And then I saw David Payne. Oh, David Payne. Okay, David, I get you, man. You're a Ohio State fan. That's cool. Hey, it's all good. You know, I'm not. I'm not even worried about them. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't even bother me, man. Doesn't even bother me. So, and then Patrick Sims, you brought up one too with another young guy. Is French in the picture, right? For French is in the picture. He's probably out of the picture now. I don't know. I haven't heard a whole lot about it right now, man. Like with French, it sounds like he's kind of looking at some other programs. We talked about him a little bit today. I'm more, who really piques my interest though, also from a standpoint of the comments he made, and I talked about this, was Caleb Cunningham. For you guys don't know, he's that 5-star wide receiver who said, basically like Shepard was the guy he needed, right? So I love that. I mean, I love that these guys are saying these comments, because you don't want to read too much into a young man's comments. There's some of these young guys going through the recruiting process and their comments, but at the same time, some of these comments really stand out in who they are and like what they're going through in the process and what their minds are thinking. And you have to say, like, those strong comments like that, you're like, okay, are you coming? Like, is that one of those comments that sits in your mind over and over, and you really start to feel like, hey, that guy feels it, right? So I like it, man. It's interesting. No, David, I'm not worried at all. Zero worry, dude. You got Ryan Day as a head coach. Look how much he's blown already. Come on, man. Don't come in here with that garbage. Nobody needs to hear that. It's just funny. So, and then let's see here. I know we got another one. Who's on deck next? As far as, and I know, Patrick, you asked this earlier and I didn't get to this, but you want this to need to feed that recruiting addiction. Who's on deck next? I have an idea. I have a few different ideas, to tell you the truth. But I think the better person to answer that question would be Coach SMook. In the end, man, it's definitely Coach SMook. I think he's the man when it comes to that stuff. And I think you guys tune in to kind of the things Coach SMook says. He has that good insight. Jermaine Mims, I like Matt's on Sunday. I kind of like that one too, man. Like, I love it, So we will see. I have an idea, but I'm not taking or stealing fire here, right? That's not my role. But Coach SMook, though, has some real deep insight. I'll tell you that. He knows his things. Make sure you tune in with him, Coach SMook. And then, tune in with all the guys, because every one of us, as we go through, whether it's Ty, whether it's Coach Jay, Coach Sean has the best insights, man. Coach Sean, it's like the golden voice, right? You sit there and you listen to like the way he rolls through his segment with really precise, all about the details. Just them facts, dude. Just them facts. In his humble opinion, right? So I absolutely love it. Like, these guys, everybody's bringing it. Everybody kind of is rolling through this and giving, providing you guys some really, 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 really good info. And I hope you guys keep joining it. Run those thumbs up and totally become a fan funder. Pop in here. You can see some of the exclusive content. More and more will be released. I know we're working through that. Getting past spring break was a big deal. Now that we're past it and we're getting rolling into this spring season, I should say, the next part would be our fall ball once we get done with spring. But we got a lot of coverage, and there's a lot of excitement to come on. And I know Coach Sean is coming up very, very shortly, and y'all are going to be stoked, for Coach Sean. I know he's bringing it tonight. There's going to be some good stuff. I'm excited to tune in and listen as well. You know what I mean? And I know I saw some other comments in here as we're rolling through, and I want to make sure I get this and pop this up. 26. Oh, yeah, man. I saw this, Josh Upton. I like this comment. 5-star tackle, Manuel Hinacho, said his visit was amazing. Yeah, I believe that, man. I believe it was. I mean, I like the fact that he got offered. And big shout out to Big Mike. You know what I mean? Mike Carroll. Because when he got offered and they showed that offer, Big Mike was on there. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shouting out that young man, that one class behind. That's a big deal. Those are the type of guys you want to pull in, man. You want to pull these guys in. And I'm telling you right now, pull these guys in, because from one class to the next, start succeeding, start tying, making sure your links are strong, right? Put that chain around the castle. Nobody's getting away. We're chaining it up. Everything's strong. And they do it just like that. You have Mike Carroll hollering out, right, to another young man who just got an offer. Like, that's cool. And that's huge. And each one of these guys in this recruiting class, all 6 of our studs so far, right? All 6 of these horses, these dudes coming into work to bring it. Every one of them, they're doing their thing too. And don't think that 24 class is done, or any other guy on campus that's done, talking to these other dudes and saying, hey, man, you have to be here. Why do you think Kaden Proctor's coming back? Why do you think he wants to come back? You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. I love it. Like, it's exciting. This whole process has been exciting. And to hear what Coach KD had to say, right, was kind of this evaluation of what they're talking about for the installation and what he wants to see out of his players. And I'll jump into this real quick before Coach Sean pops on. Man, there's some really, really, really good stuff as far as what he said with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, right? And it was, man, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. This was one of the things, is efficiency from his quarterbacks. So what he's honing in and what he's saying to his QBs right now, efficiency, like, he wants to see completions. He wants to see them get the ball to those playmakers. Get the ball to the playmakers. We want to see these guys excel. We want to give these guys chances to make plays. That's what we saw a lot with Washington over the last 2 years, is them really doing a good job of getting their ball as quickly as possible to their playmakers. Now, a lot of people are going to make this argument. And it's going to be real interesting, because as soon as I say that, what is everybody going to do? Jim Parker, man. I'll get to you. Jim, I see your comment. I'm going to star it. I'll try to get to it. Okay, I'll try to get to it. But I'll tell you guys right now, like, when I make that comment about completions, everybody's going to freak out and start saying, oh, my God, no more Milrow. How many times? Has anybody said that yet in here? Oh, geez, here we go. I know it's going to happen. I will say this: if you caught anything on what Kyle has said in the version about and I don't know if that's a fan funder video or not, but here on Bama Football on YouTube, if you caught anything on Kyle's like short video, right, or like kind of quick little breakdown of the day, he was saying like that it sounds like Milrow's dropping dimes at practice, like dimes, like making some amazing throws. I think that dude is honing in. And then we saw Simpson throwing it for the pro day today, right? Which he's having some great throws too. I mean, he's keeping it low key. Obviously, you saw SMook on Twitter. Like I said, if you don't follow him, go follow him on Twitter. Like, kind of whispering a little bit to Ty as he's warming up. Pretty cool, man. I like that. Kind of getting that, building those relationships, man. I'm interested to see it though, man. Like, a lot of guys have these comments about, oh, gee, shit, like Milrow. It's like, hey, man, just chill. What's up, Tim Nolan? How you doing, man? Yeah, that's right. Coach Sean's coming. You guys get the B2A emojis ready, man. Get those things ready and blow it up when you get in here. But I'll tell you, like, I think Milrow is – I'm excited about him. I'm excited to see what happens in his development, okay? I really am. And – man, Trainwreck, you have a pretty interesting point here. People got short memories. Jalen Daniels from his freshman year went to nothing but running to winning the Heisman his senior year. No, that's real, man. He was over at like Arizona State too. And then he comes into SEC, LSU and winning. Yo, what up, Coach? What up, Coach?
Merrill, my brother. What's up, Merrill? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Just running this segment this evening. A lot of fun. We got we didn't do a graphic tonight because we thought we were jumping in, man, with Coach Jay, but I don't know if something got changed. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no graphic tonight for the Merrill Report. It was just me chit chatting, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. A little different, quick change of pace, but it's all good. We transitioned quickly, and we just made it happen. We talked about. I mean, there's always some news going on right now with Alabama football. You
How you
know,
doing, Merrill, man? How you been, brother?
I've been good. I've been good. It's been been cool, man. Like being able to get back on and interacting, and getting back in the groove of things. It's funny because I jumped back on, and it was like over the course of the last couple of days, it's like boom, all this new news comes out. It's like, dang, dude, you got just keep giving me subjects to talk about.
Yeah. Everything's crazy, man. Everything's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, it has been crazy. So, but
You
other
check
than that,
that. You check that pro day out today?
I did see a little bit of that, man. I was just going to talk a little bit about that. Those guys, I mean, obviously Kool-Aid looked really, really good.
He did. He did.
I think a lot of guys, though, they were disappointed uh, by what's his name? Oh, shoot, I'm blanking right now on a 40 time for
Terrion?
Ariane's 40 time. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were not, man. They were not impressed by it.
Yeah. 4 or 5.
Look, I tell people this all the time. I said like these, and a lot of coaches have said this about the combine. That the combine is like it's cool and everything. That's great,
Yeah.
but we see a few things here and there. We want to see how you move in person. We want to more so get to know you, develop a
Yeah.
relationship. Maybe it's good for some guys who have like not a lot of film or something like that. You can try to get your chance to get on a team
Yeah.
or get it out. But other than that, they're like, man, it's hard to say how that translates to the field, though, right? Because some guys come
Yes.
in like all stars and then are not. They don't do the same thing on the field.
That's a
So,
whole fact. That's a whole fact, man. You know who I think made themselves some money?
ooh,
Justin Eboke.
oh yeah,
That dude
hmm
he had a good combine. He had a good he performed well at the Senior Bowl. He performed well at Pro Day. I think
yeah,
Justin DeBowie may go like 4th round, maybe something like that.
hmm hmm
Um,
yeah.
you know,
I mean, that's a great point because you're right. Like at the Senior Bowl, a lot of people brought his name up.
yeah,
He seemed to be one that was very consistent with the overall, like, I guess, keeping the standard, the Bama standard, right?
yeah,
But he really just popped. And then you're right, today does the same thing. It was interesting to see that these guys who came out, some of them came out and decided to test,
yeah.
right? I didn't think all of them would test, but there was a good handful. I mean, like Kool-Aid, I didn't think he would test, to be honest with
Hey,
you.
he killed that W drill. He
Oh
killed
gosh,
that W
oh
drill,
my God.
man.
Killed it with a
He,
hurt ankle too.
yeah, I was proud to see him do that W drill, man. And
hmm
that's the affinity of every defensive back right there, man. And
Yeah, man.
I was very, very, very happy to see him participate. A lot of people been down on Kool-Aid here recently, so I was really, really happy to see him get out there and ball out, man. I really
Yeah, and I
was. I
wonder
was
if
real.
that was like part of why he went after it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
because he wanted to kind of change that narrative a little bit, which I don't blame him.
yeah,
If his agent was probably saying, "Hey, this would be a good thing," as long as
yeah.
you're feeling up for it, right? You know, so I mean, I liked it, and I see we got a super chat in here, right? As Coach Sean jumped on, from Austin French 499. Do all three backs stay if don't get carries? Young, Miller, Hayes. If they don't get carries, okay. What do you think, Coach Sean?
Man, that's
I know.
tough in this day and age, bro.
Seriously.
When I tell you this, Austin French,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, thank you for that $5, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
When I say this, I mean this as humble as I can, Austin. I really don't know. You know, in this day and age, man, I won't sit here and tell you, yeah, they'll stay. Yeah, they're gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Austin. In this day and
Yeah.
age, man, with what's going on now, and all three of those guys are super talented. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't know, man. I just don't know. Hopefully, we'll get all three of those guys in there and not necessarily rotate them like we did last year every 2 series, but get them in there and let them play. You know, get them in there and let them play a couple of series. And the game is long enough to get you a couple of backs in. You know, if I know we like to throw the ball, but if you can get them all about 10 carries, at some point during the football game, I think they'll be happy, man. I think that's good enough to make them stay. Because if Jam have even a halfway decent year, he'll, running backs will leave. He'll be gone to the league.
Yeah.
So, running back is that position, Miro, that when you think you have depth, you can look up and have none really quickly. So
that's right, man.
I don't know. What you think, Miro?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're spot on. That's hard to tell. I do not feel like if we look at, I hate saying this like this too, but if you look at the three names you just dropped, I do not think you see Miller or Hayes leaving at all. The only reason I do not feel maybe as confident with Young is just because we haven't heard as much about him. Right? Now, does that mean that he would leave? No. But I do think maybe it's just because of the standpoint that like he is still kind of picking up on his concept and he's slowly waiting his turn. It's not like he's like a junior, right? He's a redshirt freshman, correct? So
that's correct.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's going to be good. I wouldn't throw it all out there and be worried that one of them is going to bounce. You are spot on with the Coach Sean is saying, like, in the end of the day, what happens is with these dudes, you never know when something like that depth chart could change dramatically very, very fast. Very fast. Especially at that position. So
injuries is crazy at that position, man. So you just never know, man. And I say those three guys, don't forget you got Daniel Hill behind them. You got Kevin Riley behind him. You got Turbo coming next year. So
shoot, and we know there's probably going to be another one or two added to that class, I would imagine. I mean, I feel pretty confident about a couple different guys and who they're targeting and what they're going to go after. And I think that's going to be that has to say something, though. And the reason I say that, you kind of have to look into that a little bit, is that they are targeting a good chunk of running backs. How many they'll take in this class will be very interesting. And I think what it says is that they should not, as a running back, you should not necessarily be worried that you're not going to eat in this offense. Yeah. Because if they're confident in what they're going after for the depth of running back, not just from a being safe standpoint, but also from a standpoint of saying, like, hey, you guys in here, it's going to be all good. Like, we're going to feed you. We're going to feed you. You guys are going to have your opportunities to play. And that's huge. I mean, that's a big deal. So I like that, man. I really do. And I think there was one more. Was there one more super chat? No, there wasn't. Okay, just kidding. And then Jim Parker, I see you had that question earlier. I'll try to get back to that tomorrow, maybe tomorrow morning. And Jim asked me, he's like, curious, how'd you become a Bama fan? And so there's a story.
Go ahead and answer, man. It's all good.
All right, cool, man. Well, real quick, I'll give you a short, quick version of that, right? So, because I get this question, it seems to be a lot, right? Because they're like, well, wait a minute, you're not from here, you grew up here, whatnot. No. So I go through the recruiting process back in the day, and I'm playing for the Huskies, right? Really cool, it's fun, great opportunity, much love, appreciate it, go Dogs. I still have a lot of family, right? 100, always will be. I think the other aspect of it was this transfer portal thing did not exist when I played.
Yeah,
it did not exist, right? And from that standpoint, I'll tell you, like, you got to see though some of the other teams, and as time went on, you got to see. I had a lot of respect for Saban. I'm going to be straight with you guys. When Saban was at LSU for a moment there, that was a school I wanted to go to for a second. I liked Saban, when he was coaching. Then he left to Miami Dolphins. I was younger, right? And then from there, I think you just don't learn nearly as much. And at the time frame when you're going through that process too, like I said, it was Shula was the coach. A little different recruiting process at that time frame for what Shula was looking at and how they were going about it. And it wasn't as nearly as powerful as it is now, right? I think that was a big part of it too. And for me, from the fan standpoint, I just really appreciated the history and the legacy though as time went on of Alabama football. I appreciated how it was connected into the SEC. I appreciated everything about this, the way the sport and college football grew around this history of Alabama football. And then when I got a chance to move there after I got done playing, right, I went to school for University of Alabama for a little while. So, fun fact. There you guys go.
Fun
Kind of
fact.
cool, huh?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Good stuff, Miro.
So, yeah, man, it's pretty cool, man. Like I'm one of those guys. I'm unique, right, from the standpoint. Like I played somewhere else, and I have a lot of love for Washington and the Huskies, but I also got a lot of love for Alabama and the Crimson Tide. Those are some schools there for me that are a big part of the way I look at the game. And what's funny is I always connect these two dots. Is I really loved Don James. Don James was a historic coach back in the day for University of Washington. Took them to the national championship in the 1991 season versus Michigan. And what else is crazy, man, is that Don James, oddly enough, was the reason Nick Saban became a coach in the first place.
Right.
If you guys haven't heard the story, you should look it up. John James literally convinced Nick Saban to become a coach. That's pretty crazy that the two interlap and they connected like that. And now Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time, funny enough, at University of Alabama. And I had the pleasure to attend both schools. I feel very lucky by that, and to be in a weird connection of the universe back to Alabama and back to University of Washington. So there's a lot of love there for me, and that's why I'll continue to do that. And continue to have that love for both programs. I just have the opportunity now to speak on Alabama a little bit more because of the connection with DeBoer now to Alabama from Washington. So I love it, man. But and then Mike Fort. Hey, man, sorry, dude. It's all good. Don James was the man, though. Mike Fort remembers this. He's a big Michigan guy.
Oh, yeah, he should know about that then. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows a little bit about Don James, but it's all good. Much respect to you, Mike, 100%.
Yeah.
So, but Coach Sean, I'll let you get into your thing, man. I can't wait to tune in and listen to what you got, man. I always love connecting with you every single time. I was just bragging about you just a minute ago. So,
man, I appreciate you, Miro. Likewise, my friend. Likewise, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, roll tide, everybody. Thank you guys for the time and much love. We'll see y'all in the morning on my end. Enjoy, Coach Sean. Woo.
Roll tide, Miro. Shout out to the homie Miro, man. Love listening to him, man. Absolutely awesome. Love guys that know the game, man. You can really talk to those guys and really tap in with them. I love that, man. Learn something yourself. You know what I mean? I really, really, really enjoy that, man. Undefeated. What are you guys doing? How are you feeling? Shout out to you guys. Really, really happy to see you. Nicole Covington, how are you? How are you, Nicole? Roll tide to you. David Payne's in here. My boy Adam Lamparello is in here. My neighbor Marquita is in here. What's up, Marquita? Trainwreck 70 is in here. Kimberly Harmon is in here. What's up, Kimberly? Really glad you're in here, man. Joseph Davison is in here. Mike Ford, the homie Michigan. Mike Ford is in. I call him Michigan Mike. Michigan Mike Ford is in here. Janet Forsyth is in here. What's up, Janet? How are you? How you doing? Hope everything's going good with you. Mike G's in here. Caleb Terry's in here. Taylor's in here. Byron Walker is in here. Jeremy Sanders is in here. Crimson Blood 22. Roll Tide. Crimson Blood. Glad you in here, brother. Good to see you. Lisa Fitzhugh. What's up, Lisa? How you doing? Glad to see you. Glad you in here. Shout out to you. Glad you tapping in with us. Jay Jackson, the brother Jay Jackson's in here. What's up, Jay? Larry Large is in here. Anthony Harris is in here. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? Brian Russell's in here. What's up, Brian? How you doing, brother? Good. Glad you in here, man. The OG himself, Ephraim Davis, is in here. What's up, Ephraim? Glad you tapping in, brother. Dr. 334 is in the building. What's up, Doctor? How you doing? 334 is definitely in the house. Tim Nolan is in here. What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother? Oh, it's cracking. Hope you're doing. Hope everything's going well with you. Clinton Howard is in the house. Chris from New Jersey is in here. What's up, Chris? I enjoy your calls, man. You have great calls. Shout out to you, bro. Sean Williams is in here. My Alabama State partner. Sean Williams is definitely in the house. How you doing, Sean? Glad you up in here. Go Bulldogs, Sean. Glad you up in here, brother. Matt Farms is in the house. Who else we got up in here? LaQuasia is in the house. The Decor Queen is definitely in the house. Everybody go check her out, man. I'm telling you, absolutely awesome at what she does. That's a whole fact. Monica Hill. What's up, Monica? How you doing? Glad you tapping in. Thank you for tapping in, Monica. I appreciate you more than you know. Jim Parker's in here. Mike G is in here. Who else we got, man? Is that everybody? Who else we got up in here? For sure. Did I miss anybody? I think I got it. Randall Green. What's up, Randall? How you doing, man? Glad you tapping in. Sweet Home Bama 24 is in here. John M is in here. What's up with you, man? Run the numbers up, as they say. Run them up, man. How you guys doing? Really, really, really glad you guys are up in here. So happy to see you guys, man. So happy to tap in with you. Megan is in here. Buck is in. What's up, Buck? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Where you been? How you feeling? You know what I mean? My girl Carla M. Bailey is in here. What's up, Carla? Glad you in here. Glad you in here, man. Thank you for tapping in. Davin Jones is in here, man. We all up in here, man. Glad you guys tapping in with your boy Al Sander. What up, Al? You said you was coming, Al. You said you was coming, man. Thank you for tapping in. That's Coach right there, man. That's Coach Al. I can say for all the coaches, man. All the coaches on this panel. Shout out to you, Al. Good to see you up in here, brother. Good to see you up in here, man, for sure. Glenn Fiddler is in here, man. What's up, Glenn? Brian Thompson is in here. Thomas is in here. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Glad Caitlin Engel is in the house. What's up, Caitlin? Glad you up in here, girl. Glad you up in here. Jeremiah Taylor's in here. Chance Fawcett is in here. Stephen McDaddy's in here. What's up, Stephen? Like that name, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody, Juvie. What's up, Juvie? Juvie 86 is in the house, man. Yeah, Al, I'm glad you back, bro. I'm glad you guys back, man. I'm gonna holler at SMook. See if we can get us one of those old Discordy things with you and Gil and all the OGs on there, man, and Jay, you know, and tap in with the fellas and talk some ball, man. Everybody loves Ebony is in the house. Glad you up in here. Everybody loves Ebony. Glad you up in here. Thank you for tapping in with your boy, man. Thank you. Health and Wealth. What's up, man? I ain't seen you. What's up going on? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? Glad you up in here for sure. Ace Williams is up in here. Casey Jones. What's up, Casey? How you doing, man? I'm chilling. Hacker Music is up in here. Patriot Life. The brother Patriot Life. One of the leaders, man. What's up, man? How you doing, Patriot Life? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you up in here, man. Roll Tide to you and your family. Ebony. What's up, stranger? How you doing? Ebony Williams Carter, right? Mother of the young killer himself. Young baller. Noah. What's up with you? How you doing? Frankie Turner is up in the house, man. Glad you guys are in here. Roll Tide to you all. Patrick Sims is even in here. Roll Tide to you all, man. We in here getting it cracking. Got a few things to go over tonight really quickly, and tap in with the undefeated, man, and see how you guys doing. You know, yeah, Jim Parker, I did. I talked about it. You can just call me Sean Stradamus on that one, right? Out of all the times a brother wrong, I damn sure got that one right. Shout out to you, Jim. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? What's up, Anthony Harris? How you doing, friend? You good, brother? Hope everything going good, man. So, my true thoughts. Mike Mulligan, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? My true thoughts on this, man, and I'm going to make it really quickly. Last night, I was sort of bland, and I just kind of, okay, But when I really thought about it, man, I really went home and thought about it and sat down, and we talked about it at work with some other coaches I work with. Alfred Freeman, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, man? Glad you're up in the house. And this is my thoughts, man. But first, before I give that, let me get my man Patriot Life. We know Patriot Life is at it, right? Shout out to Patriot Life, man. Gifted 5 Bama football on YouTube with Kyle Henderson memberships, as usual. Appreciate you, Patriot Life. Good looking out, brother. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you for that. The channel appreciates you for that. The people who's going to receive those gifts appreciate you for that, man. You always come through, man. Roll Tide to you, brother. Thank you so very much for that. That's a fact. My thoughts is this, man. As a fan, I'm gonna speak right now as just a straight Alabama fan. Forget the fact I've played this game, coached this game, been around children, been around young adults. let's just say a regular fan. Right, Sweet Home Bama 24. The fan in me loves the fact this kid is coming back. I will admit, the fan in me loves the fact this kid is coming back because that is a position where we need some experience, right? No disrespect to Wilkin, no disrespect to Miles, Elijah, whoever else is competing, Olos, but that's a position where you need some experience, man, right? That's the blind side of Jalen Milroe. Kaden was a true freshman last year, straight out of high school. The kid had his struggles, as all freshmen do, as me, SMook, Jarrett, Ty. We all tried to tell you that, yes, he does. You know, every freshman has ups and downs, especially at left tackle, especially anywhere on the offensive line. But as we said, the kid got better. The kid got better toward the middle and end of the season. Kaden was handling his business. Shout out to Nicole. I'm so glad you're in here, Nicole. Roll Tide to you. Marquita, Kimberly. Kaden was handling his business, guys. The guy did not play badly in the middle of the season. He went like 2-3 games without giving up a lot of pressures, right? So the kid was finding his niche. You know, I personally think if Kaden had just stayed at Bama, he was going to be better than Cam Robinson, better than Jonah Williams, better than Evan. I don't know if he'd been better than Jedrick Wills. I personally think Jedrick Wills was better than all of them. I think Jedrick is having the most successful career right now in the NFL. If he can just dodge these injuries, I think Kaden would have had the best career at Bama to start as a freshman like that. By the time Kaden was a junior, he was going to be an Outland Trophy winner, right? This is a fact. We had the layoff. We played Michigan. He struggled again. The whole team struggled again, right? Right, Kimberly? So the fan in me, the fan of Alabama football, is glad that kid is back, right? The more talent you can add to that left tackle position, the better off the room will be, right? So I'm happy about that as a fan. As a college football fan, him coming back to Bama is everything what's wrong right now. Right? Make sure we understand what I'm saying. 2 a.m. views. What's up, bro? The Alabama fan in me is so happy Kaden is coming back. Thank you, Kaden. We appreciate you, young brother. You're young. You made a mistake. You got misled and confused. We're glad you came to your senses. No place like Bama, right? But the college football fan in me, this is everything Coach Saban spoke about. I said this last night. This is everything Coach Saban spoke about. It. You got rappers calling Coach Saban racist and all this damn ridiculous stuff, right? Nah, man. This is what he's talking about. Coach Saban is not trying to stop people from getting money. Coach Saban is trying to stop kids from making decisions on the impulses of money, right? That's what he's trying to do. The man sit up there and said it, and it was crazy because people don't even realize Coach Saban is dying on the sword for everybody else right now. Let me say that again. Coach Saban is dying on the sword for everybody else right now. And only these ridiculous weirdos that don't understand keep taking this narrative like he's trying to stop kids from making money. It's not what he's saying, guys. It's not what he's saying, right? What Coach Saban is saying in layman terms is, do not allow your children to make decisions on what school they go to, on transferring from a great roster. All these impulsive decisions based off a dollar value. A dollar value that a lot of grown folks can't handle, much less an 18-year-old kid, right? A dollar value that a lot of grown people have never seen that much money before, right? I know a lot of grown people that's never seen 300,000. Stop letting 18-year-old children make an impulsive decision based off money, because where we're at right now, Kaden is back, is going to come back to Bama, and now the Iowa people are pissed. Right? Now they're pissed. They're pissed because they gave him the money and he said, I'm out. You know, this is what Coach Saban talked about. This is what Coach Saban talked about. To every one of these bloggers out there who went in on Coach Saban, this is what he talked about, guys. This is what he's saying. Why not come to the school that you commit to, get your NIL deal through the school, a la Bryce Young, a la Will Anderson. Get on the field, ball out. Then the big NIL deals come, right? Then everything is structured from W-2s to taxes. Everything is structured. Everything is right where it should be. Instead of getting a bag of money from somebody to go do something that you're going to find out in a year, I shouldn't have done this, right? Because if you had given me $300,000 at the age of 18 years old, I'd have made a hell of a lot of decisions too that were terrible. I made bad decisions and I didn't have 300,000, right? So Kaden, this can be used as an example of what happens when you make a decision thinking money is the culprit. This is the decision. This guy spent spring break with Wilkin Formby and the Bama players. Let me say that again. Kaden Proctor spent spring break with Wilkin Formby, right? Found that out. This kid spent spring break with the Bama players. And he realized, man, I don't want to speak for the kid and say what he realized, but I can tell Kaden this if he ever see this video. Kaden, this is no disrespect to Iowa. Iowa's a good school, I suppose. Every GM in the history of GM is going to tell you the competition you're going to face playing in Alabama will prepare you for the National Football League better than anywhere else in college football, right? And that's the whole fact. You are going to be playing against NFL caliber players every week. So when you step into that NFL business, and I do say business, nothing there will shock you. Nothing there will shock you, right? Your brothers are at University of Alabama. Casey Jones, $5 super chat. Did Kaden leave his bag in Iowa? Casey, I don't know if he left his bag in Iowa. I heard Iowa's coach talking about, sort of complaining about they gave him the money and now this is happening. I don't think he left his bag, Casey. I think he took his bag with him. And that's another downfall of this day and age of college football. Thank you, Casey, first of all, for that $5 super chat, man. Thank you. Much appreciated, Casey. And that's from the entire staff. We appreciate you for that. I think he took the bag with him, Casey. I really do. At least part of it. Kareem Hood 40. What's up, Kareem? How you doing, man? Reading the books and compression is very fundamental. Yeah, Coach Sean, you already know, man. Thank you, Kareem. I appreciate that, brother. I thank you. Straight from Coach Sean. That's a whole fact. Thank you for that $5 super chat, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat, Kareem. Much love, man. So that's my thoughts, man. You know, if the team, it's kind of like what Coach SMook said, if the team will accept him back, who am I to accept you, brother? My vote don't count, right? As a fan, I want you to come back. I want you to come back. As a college football fan, this is why you need parameters on these things, man. Because we cheer today, right? We cheer today. We grumble and complain tomorrow. While Kaden returned, don't look now because the next player could come off your roster and go to their roster, right? We won this battle. What happens when we lose one? A la Caleb Downs. So don't cheer too loud, man, because another transfer portal is right around the corner. You understand? And that's the crux of this stuff, man. That is the crux of what's going on. It's got to be some type of parameters put on this so the kids will have every opportunity to make legal money. But at the same time, it's got to be something to prevent a child from being poached from a roster by another school during the season, only to leave that roster at the end of the season. So it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Iowa opened spring practice on Wednesday, right? And Proctor, who obviously, like I said, went to spring break last week with the Bama teammates, is coming back to Tuscaloosa. He's not even staying there. So he received a payment through the Swarm Collective, right? That promotes car dealerships and things of that nature at Iowa. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I won't beat Kaden up because he's a child. He's a young man learning. We all know that there's plenty of adults that make bad decisions when money is involved, right? So I'm not going to beat Kaden up for this one. But I will say this is the very thing Coach Saban went to Capitol Hill and preached about. This very thing is what he was talking about. And it wasn't to any particular player. It was just in general. Crimson Blood 22 with the $2.22 super chat. Open transfer portal, Bama day of reckoning. All facts. You see what's happening now. Look at Kaden, right? Look at Kaden. We just had a great commitment in Duke Johnson, right? So it's some special things going on in Alabama right now, and Kaden deserves to be a part of it. Kaden Proctor deserves to be a part of it. Come back to Bama, work your ass off, and get your position back. You know, you deserve the best. Not that Iowa is not the best, right? But you deserve the best. And I respect Iowa. They do some great things with the children waving in the hospital. I think that's awesome, right? But if you're talking about your future, there's no better place to go than the University of Alabama, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. And if I'm a football player, I wouldn't have it any other way, right? Because that league that you're going to go to, it's a reason why Pat Surtain left Alabama, stepped foot in the NFL, and has been an all-pro since he stepped foot in the NFL. It's a reason why Minka Fitzpatrick say the practices are easier. It's a reason why Jim Gibbs, he said the practices are easier. It's a reason why the Bama players all latch on and they make the biggest money. It's a reason why Alabama had the most Pro Bowlers again, right, for the fourth year in a row. It's a reason why these guys are getting the big contracts, as Quinnen Williams, right? It's a reason why Julio Jones is still playing today. It's a reason why Mark Ingram could easily step back into the league right now, and the team would have no hesitation of signing him because Alabama is still the standard. The grass is not always green on the other side, guys, and Kaden found that out. But shout out to the young brother. So my next question is the outrage noteworthy? I heard a bunch of Iowa people talking about the outrage of it, So my question to the Iowa people is, and I'm going to try to be rated G on this one because I wanted to put belt to ass on this when I heard this. I wanted to put B2A really badly, but the cojones on you, right? How dare you try to get mad now? You don't shut your, man, how dare you try to be mad? Really? Really? So you're mad now. Were you mad when your coach poached him off of our roster? Were you angry when your coach talked to Kaden during the season, your staff during the Alabama football season? Were you mad then? Right? When you committed a clear NCAA violation, were you upset then? Right? Man, come on, man. I started to really go in on Iowa, right? I'll just keep it rated G and say, Iowa people, fans, coaching staff, whatever, you have no damn reason to be mad about anything. Anything. Now, if you want to be mad that he kept your NIL money, cool. I guess that's a legitimate reason, I suppose. But as far as him coming back to Bama, you lose them how you got them. That's an old saying. You lose them how you got them. So stop it. Coach Al said, Coach Sean, playing time is a big deal to these players. I'm betting on money. We see more of a rotation of players, especially on defense, than we did in previous years. Just my 2 cents. I think you're right, Al, especially on the defensive front. I think, some think we're not going to rotate that much. I think we are because of the using of both interior defensive linemen. I think you're going to see some defensive linemen play in this defense. right? I think you're going to see some guys playing. I think when you have kids like Duke Johnson, who just committed, a great young player out of Georgia, an absolute physical player too. This kid can play anywhere, linebacker, running back, physical player, man. Really, really excited about that pickup of Duke. When you see kids like this, they understand I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna compete. You know, start or no start, I'm gonna get on the field, right? Your chances are coming. So yeah, I agree with you, Al, 100%, man. Um, I read where the outrage of the Iowa people. I would just tell them that what J.C. Latham said. Latham said, "We are the standard. We are the standard. You know what I mean? We were always the standard, and the grass is not always greener on the other side in some places. Bama is Bama." Um, he said, "So when things happen and you think it might be better somewhere else, you get to find out the hard way that it's not. Right? It's Alabama for a reason." Now, the Michigan fans can say what they want to say. Shout out to them, national champion. All these fan bases can say what they want to say, but it's one team that's won 6 of these things, brother. Back to back, skip a year, skip another year, skip another year, win another one, win another. It's one team, right? It's one team that the fans still chant, "We want," and that's the University of Alabama. Call it what you want, say what you want. Is it fair? Who cares, right? So shout out to Kaden. I'm not going to beat that kid up anymore. He made his decision. Um, the outrage is real. You know what I mean? When you look at those fans, but the audacity of the Iowa fans to talk about they're mad. I thought that was kind of funny. You know, the kid want to be somewhere where he has a real brotherhood, right? Not saying he didn't in Iowa, but he's obviously close to these Bama players, and these Bama players love him. Look what they tweeting. They love this kid, man. They love this kid. Now people are talking about 2 bags secured and all this stuff, and they're putting rumors out that Caleb was on spring break with the Bama players trying to secure a bigger bag. And then look, Ohio State gonna feed right into it. Ohio State gonna put out a tweet to myself. "We're so happy that Caleb." Ohio State fed right into it. They tweeted that out today. You know, "We're so happy that Caleb is a Buckeye," something. You know, I'm paraphrasing of that nature. So, you know, all I can say about that is, man, don't cheer too loud and don't get too down. And that's for both fan bases, because next time this happens, and there will be a next time, it could be on your roster. I seen where Luke Skywalker had a lot to say. Uncle Luke, not Uncle Luke, but Uncle Luke, Luke. I'll tell Luke, you should really, really, really be quiet, because the next time it could come from your roster. The next time it could come from your roster, man. You know what I'm saying? Until they get some parameters on this thing, everybody better sit on pins and needles, right? Because the next player to do this kind of thing could come from your roster. And that's just the bottom line of it, right? So as a Bama fan, I love it. I love it. I thought about it, but as a college football fan, this is everything that Coach Saban spoke about, man. That's wrong right now. Another school can come to your roster, take a player off your roster. That kid get to Europe campus, he don't like it. He done got your bag, then got our bag. Now you're going to go back to his original bag, right? So call it what you want. It is what it is, man. That's the bottom line, because NIL, pay for play, said so. I ain't going to say that's NIL. Pay for play said so. So 3 things that will stay the same under Coach DeBoer. These are 3 things that I think won't change. I don't think they'll change. I think he's proven, actually, that they'll stay the same to me. When you look at the traditionalism of Alabama, right? I think Coach DeBoer has done a great job, man, of keeping some of Alabama's traditions and sort of creating his own lane, right? I think he's done a great job of not filling Coach Saban's shoes, but sort of kind of walking in his own, if you know what I mean, to the drum beat of Coach Saban, but in his own shoes, if you will. Um, I think that Bama is built on old school blue collar principles, right? And Coach DeBoer knows this. He knows this. I'm fully aware that Coach DeBoer understands that those values has got, if anything else, those values that made us what we are has to remain, like the fourth quarter program, like the traditions they do. They throw each other in the water on your birthday, in the cold tub, things of that nature. Those are the things that the kids have really, really embraced, and what make Alabama, Alabama. Um, a lot of the aspects of the Alabama tradition, I don't expect Coach DeBoer to change those fine details. Does he alter the uniform in small detail ways? Who knows? Maybe. I personally would like to see some kind of small change, right? I'm an old school guy, but I understand at some point tradition get boring, right? And it just does. At some point, you want to spice things up and bring some excitement for these young kids. Maybe the uniform here or there might change for a game or two, or one, however they want to do it. I think the traditionalism will stay the same, right? But it'll have a Coach DeBoer flavor to it, and that's good enough for me. I think number two, the competition and roster purging, right? I think that will stay. If you look at it, Coach DeBoer has already made it very clear that competition will be a staple of this program, right? It always has been. This is the same school that had Deron Payne, Dalvin Tomlinson, Jonathan Allen, and Deshaun Hand, all on the same defensive front. And the next year with Quentin Williams coming in as a freshman, Raekwon Davis coming in as a freshman. All these guys were in the same defensive line room, right? So this is a program that had Trayvon Diggs and Pat Surtain. Both was our starting corners at the time, right? This is a team that had Marlon Humphrey and Minkah Fitzpatrick and Eddie Jackson all in the same secondary, right? We don't even got to talk about the receivers, the wideouts. We understand that. So this program has been built, absolutely built on competition, right? Competition has been the staple at Alabama, man. It just has at every position. And the best way, in my mind, to build a national title contender in college football is to stack as much talent as possible and allow in-practice competition to show you who need to play. Period. Practices need to be tough. They need to be, that's the true definition of iron sharpens iron, right? Stack every position as much as you can and let competition sort it out, man. That's how you get the best players on the field. That's how you create practices to make your second string players good, preparing them for a starting role. Coach DeBoer has already shown how aggressive he can be in stacking talent. Look at what we've been doing here lately, man. Finding early success in the transfer portal and on the recruiting trail. So competition and roster purging, to me, that's number two. That to me, that won't change, man. That won't change. If you look at it, no fan base really wants to see a former highly touted recruit or some type of intriguing developmental prospect hit the transfer portal. Nobody wants to see that, man. You develop a kid, he's ready to play, he go out his freshman year and ball out, now he gone. Nobody really wants to say that's kind of like a knife right in your back, man, right? But the way to combat that, guys, is you stack that position with as much like talent as possible. So the wound will only bleed for a little while, right? And I think that's what Coach DeBoer is on his way to doing. And number three, the most important thing, winning. Winning, right? I mean, I don't think the winning will go away under Coach DeBoer, obviously. But I will say Coach Saban set the bar so damn high. You know what I'm saying? He set it so astronomically high. It'll be absurd, right, to even expect 6 titles in the next 15 years, right? Even though it could possibly happen. It'll be absurd to really think that right now, right? If we're being realistic, right? Some of your best programs in the world, man, have never done that, right? So it'd be ridiculous, not even ridiculous, ridiculous to expect this man to come out and win 6 championships in the next 13, 14 years, whatever, right? But so far, I think Coach KD has sort of adopted a perfect blend of the old and the new, right? Um, to me, he's combined the aspects of Coach Saban's program, right, that are still serviceable today in 2024, um, and took a new age approach to it. Music at practice, right? The energy at practice, the coaches on the field dropping tweets and videos and things of that nature. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You see how many people, you see the following of the University of Alabama, how much it's grown, right? Alabama had the biggest college football following of any college football team. Then Ohio State overtook us, right? So now look at Bama again. So these coaches, they understand the social media part. You got to have social media nowadays, man. As much as I dislike it, you got to have social media nowadays. Social media nowadays is the way messages come out now, right? Thank you guys for running those numbers up. I appreciate you. You know, social media guys, is the way they run the numbers up. Is the way they get the message out. Is the way they get the clicks going. Is the way they get, you know, word of mouth along with social media. You can't beat it, right? And that's good or bad. Because so to be honest, even pessimistic Bama fans, right? Even the Bama fans who think woe is me, right, would really have to admit that this transition so far has gone as about as smoothly as it possibly can be, right? And that's just the straight up truth, man, right? So those 3 things to me, man, are the 3 things that I think won't change. I don't think the traditionalism will change. I don't think the competition and roster purging will change. And I don't think the winning will change, man, right? So that's just how I feel about it, man. Shout out to Coach DeBoer and shout out to his entire staff, man, for bringing energy back to the program, for sort of taking this boring moniker off of us. You know, it used to say that Bama didn't have no fun. And I can remember Tony Brown saying, say what you want, but it's no fun in losing, right? Well, we having fun now. And that's the crux of it. Kareem Hood. I think as long as we remain in the conversation year in and year out, we should be as good just to get there. I mean, facts is, and I think we will, especially under this new system that's coming, Kareem. Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. You know, that's from the entire staff, man. Thank you so much. You're 100% right, Kareem. Especially with this new format that they're coming with, we should have the opportunity. Just what it is. So let me get to this. This Ryan Day guy. You know, I'll say this. I've never been an Ohio State fan. Never. I just really, really, really believe I won't take nothing from Ohio State. You have been good in that conference. Won't take nothing from you. You're the best. What's up, Moon Rocker? How you doing, bro? Roll Tide to you. You have been the best for years in that conference up until late. Won't take none from you on that, right? I won't hate on you for that. But I dislike Ohio State. I dislike their talk show, their sports podcast. I dislike the way that Jeremy Birmingham dude always insinuating that Alabama's doing some kind of cheating. I dislike the fact on that other show they got, and I don't give a damn about mentioning them. The one show, God, I forgot it, man, where the Bobby Carpenter dude is on there. They always, you know, great coupon talking like this. You know, I just don't like that, right? But I laugh at every time they play an SEC school in a meaningful game. They get belt ass. I enjoy it and I love it. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the fact that they play Georgia, they lose. They play Bama, they lose, right? This Ryan Day guy. Me too, Nicole, right? Right, Nicole? Right, Janet? Now, the only thing I like about Ohio State is Ebony Williams Carter. That's the only thing I like about Ohio State, right? She's an Ohio State fan, and those Cleveland Browns fan, right? So, and I respect her as my partner. I got love for her, right? For sure. But, and me and her talked one day, and I had to give her the stats of why Alabama's better. You know, I had to give her the stats, respectful stats, because that's my partner, right? That Ohio State hadn't won a championship since 2014. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I think we all know that's 10 years ago, right? Our freshmen on our teams are 18 years old, right? Let's just take Noah, your son. Noah is what, 17, we'll say? That means Ohio State hadn't won a championship since he was 7 years old. So what that means is young Noah has no recollection of Ohio State winning anything. Anything, right? I respect Ohio State because they are in the conversation every year, but Ryan Day is one of the reasons why I dislike that school. So I reached out to one of my bros, one of my Mason brothers. I reached out to him, you know what I mean, who was a huge Ohio State fan. He's an alum, he's from somewhere in Ohio, some little town outside of Cleveland. So Ryan Day told us a lie, right? And I understand why he did it. I understand. You play the politics. Seth hadn't had any bad snaps, so it had to be Jalen Milroe. Stop it. He must not think we got, brother, listen, our arms at this channel reach a long way, brother. They reach a long way. We know people everywhere. Ryan Day, boy, if you don't stop it and stop fibbing to the world, Seth has had bad snaps in your practice. You can't lie to me. Can't lie to me, buddy. You know what I mean? Can't lie to me, bruh. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Ivor. We ain't gonna say we could just call you. We'll call you your hood name. Shout out to Ivor. Seth has had bad snaps there. Stop it. But the audacity of this guy to put it on Jalen Milroe. Let me tell the chat this. He said the cadence is what threw it off. Let me explain something to the people in the chat that has never played football. When the cadence is said, hike, all the cadence does is make you hike the ball faster, right? It makes you, if anything, you'll jump off sides with the bad cadence, right? You'll jump off sides. If he had said the offside penalties were because of Jaden's cadence, that could have been true, right? Because some quarterbacks have a different cadence. But when he said the bad snaps were because of the cadence, that's about the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard in my damn life. What do the cadence got to do with the snap being up or down? What does the cadence have to do with the snap being low or high? Right? The cadence will cause you to jump off sides. You'll see somebody come across the line of scrimmage early or late, right? That's the cadence. Said, hike. The cadence is how it's like they'll call it in the huddle on two. Everybody calls it different. To keep it basic, they'll call a play. Let's run trips right, 34 crossbuck on two, ready, break. On two means said, hike, the second hike. That's what it means, right? Or the second hut, however his cadence is, right? The cadence being loud or not loud or too much emphasis on the first hut or whatever. All the cadence does, guys, is make you snap the ball at the wrong time, causing an offside penalty, right? What the hell does the cadence got to do with snapping the ball on the ground? Let me ask that again. What does the cadence have to do with the ball going over his head or on the ground? A bad snap is a bad snap, man. The cadence can't make you snap the ball too high. The cadence can't make you snap the ball too low, right? The cadence can make you jump off sides, true enough. A bad snap is a bad snap. Thank you, Moon Rocker. What the hell does the cadence got to do with you hiking the ball over my head or on the ground or rolling the ball back to me? And I literally mean rolling the ball back to me. Like, what we talking about, Ryan? So, yeah, thank you, Patriot Life. So stop it. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to play the politics because the Ohio State fans had their own questions. And this is no hate on Seth, man. Shout out to you, Seth. I have no problem with you, young brother. Go do what you do. But let's not put that on Miro. If you had said some of the offside penalties were due to his cadence, cool. I'm not going to argue with you because that could have been the case, right? That's why cadence is very important, right? That's why if y'all see, AJ McCarron got mad at Barrett Jones in the game. Right? He was calling the cadence, and Barrett wouldn't hike the ball. AJ got pissed, and they got into it between plays, right? So I understand cadence causing offside penalties. I don't understand cadence causing a center to hike the ball over somebody's head or roll the ball back to the quarterback. No, I don't understand that. I don't understand that, man. Usually, and this is not against Seth, this is to any center, right? This is to any center. Jason Kelsey, who I think is the best center in the league, will tell you this. Usually bad snaps come because you're getting knocked off the ball, right? When you're a center and the nose guard or D tackle, 3 technique, 5 technique, 0 technique is on you. Maybe not 5 technique, but 3 technique, 0 technique is on you, and they're lighting your ass up, right? They're popping you, they're knocking you off the ball, right? That is usually what causes high snaps, low snaps, right? That is what usually causes a center to snap the ball high, to snap the ball low, right? Getting knocked and getting whipped is usually what causes that. That's any center, not just Seth, any center. So you're trying to hurry up and get the ball off before this cat fire off the ball and put a hat on a hat and put B2A, right? So Ryan, stop it, man. Stop it. Stop trying to deflect and turn it back to Alabama, because from the looks of it, from the outside looking in, there's a lot of things about Alabama that you like, right? You got Caleb. Cool. You tried to get Robert Gillespie. You got Julian Sand. There's a lot of things you're trying to emulate with Alabama, right? So the only thing I like about Ohio State is Ebony. I don't give a damn about anything else. And besides, your mascot is a damn nut. It's a nut. I had to go Google what a Buckeye was. It's a nut. It's a hard nut that you can't bite. It's a nut on a tree. So I don't want to hear nothing about Ryan Day, Ohio State. He tripping with that, man. It's the cadence. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it. You're damn ridiculous, brother. Stop putting that on Jalen Milroe. I hope Jalen heard that. You know what I mean? Your findings are utterly ridiculous. You know what I mean? It really is. The truth is in the details, man. Somebody to tell that man the truth will always be in the details. And the details say a bad snap can't be caused by a damn cadence of voice, right? Offside penalties can. Not hiking the ball 2 feet over my damn head or rolling the ball like we bowling back to me. Stop it. Undefeated. What we talking about, man? I got to know. Wait. Hold the hell on. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Wait a minute. I mean, wait. I better not see what I just thought I saw. Where is it? David Payne Jr. says, Coach sounding envious of the Ohio State. Boy, you sound like a damn fool. Envious of what? What the hell I'm envious of? The team I like got 6 championships, bro. 6. I'm gonna think that you know what, David? You're joking with me. I'm gonna take that as a joke. You're trolling me, David. It's okay, David. You funny. Envious of what? What the hell? David, let me help you, David. Let me help you. Because I like you, David. I like you, brother. What the hell do any Bama fan got to be envious of any other college team for? Most championships? Alabama. Most NFL players in a 15-year, 17-year period, Alabama. Most Pro Bowlers in a 15, 17-year period, Alabama. Most followed school, Alabama. The school that your team seems to love going to poach from, Alabama. What the hell are you talking about? Brother, we just won the SEC and went to the playoffs. You just got your ass whipped again by Michigan. You didn't even win your conference for the last 3 years. Envious of what? I'm talking strictly about your coach, brother. I'm talking strictly about Ryan Saturday, Ryan Tuesday, Ryan Monday. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like his comments going toward our quarterback as if a cadence can make a kid roll the ball to me like we're bowling. As if a cadence can make you hike the ball to me where Jalen Milroe got to jump a 40-inch vertical just to grab the damn thing. I don't think that I don't agree with that, Mr. Payne. I don't agree with that. So I want you to answer my question, if you don't mind. Envious of what? I'm a Bama fan. We don't envy nobody. We get envied, brother. Right? And we most certainly are not envious of Ohio State. Ohio State, boy, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. I like you, David. You are all right with me, brother. Now that's how you troll, David. You made me laugh. You brought tears to my eyes, bro. I like you, man. Dr. 334, he said envious of Ohio State. Tino, my world, my sweetie, right there, man. Baby, he said we envious of Ohio State. Well, you got my eyes watering over here. Woo. And my little forehead pressed drying. Woo, I can't take it no more, man. Some of these boys, y'all crazy, man. But y'all all right with Coach Son, man. Y'all are all right with Coach Son, I promise you. Chris from New Jersey. What's wrong with these people, man? Envious of Ohio State. What the hell we envious about? Your L's to Michigan on multiple years, right? When the last time you won anything, brother? Come on, David. What the hell? What? David said it's the Ohio State. Hey, David, I respect Ohio State, bro. Shout out to y'all. Y'all good for the Big Ten. Y'all are really, really, really big fish in a really, really, really tiny pond, homie. Right? But see, this is the SEC, David. This is the SEC. We have multiple teams that's won that thing here, right? Multiple. And the last I recall, David, we played you just 3 short seasons ago, right? Just 3 seasons ago, we played you, right? With Mac Jones, COVID year. Do you remember your team before the COVID year, David? Do you remember y'all? Do you remember what y'all saying when people were saying Ohio State shouldn't make it? They've only played 6 games. Do you remember what your fans were saying, David? Because I do. I remember. Shout out to my brother Patriot Life, gifted 5 Bama football on YouTube with Cal Henderson memberships again. Patriot Life, you are the man with the master damn plan, right? Shout out to you, Patriot Life. Thank you, my brother. I promise you, the entire staff thanks you. You are an asset, man. You are much appreciated. More than you know, man. More than you know. Let me say this to David, my partner David, because he's been respectful, and I respect you back, David. Let me say this, David. Do you remember your fans, David, before we played y'all? Y'all played 6 games, David, and every media outlet from Ohio State, every fan base, every former player, Joey Galloway, all the way back to the Bosas, everybody was talking about we're Ohio State. I kept hearing that slogan, we're Ohio State. We should be in the playoffs. We should be in the playoffs. We should be in the playoffs. That's all I kept hearing. That's all I kept hearing. Bama was just like, all right, cool. We played you. Justin Fields versus Mac Jones, right? We whipped your asses 52-24. We put belt to ass, right? Wasn't even no game. The Bama players was in the locker room laughing. Devontae Smith had 250 and didn't even play the second half, right? Guess what your fans were saying after the game, David? These same fans that 24 hours ago were saying, we should be in. We should be in. We should be in. Guess what they were saying, David? Well, you know we only played 6 games, right? You know we only played 6 years. I love you, man. You all right with me, David? David, you are all right with me, brother. You all right with me? You welcome me anytime, man. Because you made me laugh. You tickled old Coach Sean today, man. You got Coach Sean forehead perspiring, my little eyes watering. You tickled me, David. You tickled our chat too. The undefeated laughing too. The undefeated, you really you lifted our spirits today, David. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Dwight, what you got, Dwight? Dwight said, Coach Sean, I didn't know clapping was a K. Me, hey man. I guess that made him hike the ball over his head, Dwight. I guess the cadence had something to do with the trajectory of his center. Now, if he said the clapping caused us to jump off sides, okay, cool. Maybe he got a point, right? I guess the cadence some kind of way made him think he was bowling or hiking the ball over his head. I don't know. I don't have no answers, but you're right, Dwight. You're 100% right, brother. I don't have no answers. But shout out to David, man. You can cheer me up today, David. You all right with me, my brother. Let's see what my partner David say. David said, same thing y'all would have said if the roles were reversed. This is the COVID year. Oh, I don't necessarily think we should have been. Okay, go back to 2014. I knew it was coming. In 2014. Y'all always go to that. David, let me remind you of something, David. Let me help you, David. Let me help you. Shout out to Coach SMook. David, in 2014, the freshmen on our team and yours were 7 years old and 8 years old. That's the last. That what you're bragging on. You're bragging on a year when the freshman on our team, when Peyton Woodyard was 7 years old, right? When he was 8 years old. That's what you're bragging on. Something that happened a decade ago. Some of the people who played on them teams are retired from the NFL now, man. But David, let me help you again. See, I can tell you a way more recent game between our schools. Way more recent. A recent game that all the freshmen saw, that 22 million people watched, right? A recent game that just happened, right? Recent game when Alabama whipped you, beat you like you stole something, painted the field red with your scarlet blood, right? You lost, David. You lost. You lost badly, right? Then I watched you go fight tooth and nail with Georgia, tooth and nail. Played a great game, right? Could have won the game, right? But you took another L, David, to another SEC squad. So, David, shout out to you, brother. You represent your team. I respect that, right? But your team is, I think they're like 2-14, 2-12, 2-13. Your team against the SEC, the top echelon of the SEC, y'all not doing too well, David. Y'all not doing too well, bro. So just so we clear, David, my partner, there is not a Bama fan breathing on the history of the planet Earth that has any reason to be envious of any school, right? This is Alabama. Everybody envious of us. Every single fan base talk about Alabama. You know why? Because it brings clicks and views. Every single fan base love bringing up Alabama. You know why? Because it brings our fans to their channel, right? Let me get one better for you, David. The year that you guys played Georgia in the playoffs, that Alabama didn't make it, right? Remember, it was TCU and Michigan and you and Georgia. It hurt y'all feelings that even though Bama didn't make the playoffs, David, they spent an entire segment talking about Alabama and why they didn't make it. They spent an entire segment, David, on why Alabama didn't make the playoff. And then when TCU went out there and got their asses whipped, what you think that made? And we dominated the team that beat TCU, Kansas State, you know, the Big 12 champion. We whipped them like they stole something. What you think the whole world was saying, David? What you think the whole world was saying? Y'all should let Alabama in. The entire country saw it, David. They saw it, right? But shout out to y'all, David. Y'all good for the Big Ten, even though y'all hadn't won it in a while. Y'all all right. Right, Nicole? Y'all all right. Right, Tina? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I am, Tina. I'm gonna let him fight another day. I'm gonna let David all right with me though. David, you are all right with me. You a respectful troll, and you are welcome here anytime you want, baby. That's why I ain't gonna go too hard on you, David. I'm just having fun with you right now, Dave. We just having fun as fans, going back and forth. Shout out to you and shout out to the Ohio State. Y'all like that the on there, don't y'all? Y'all like that the on there. The Ohio State. I like that. Y'all all right with me. Y'all all right with us, David. Right? Roll tide to you. Roll tide to you, David. Undefeated. You know what it is, man. Coach SMook. What's going on, Coach SMook, man?
Man.
Me and my boy David just having some good laughs. That's all.
I seen him. I seen he ain't had to pull the belt out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't
friendly quarrel. Look,
I just killing with facts.
Quarrel.
Yeah, we just killing with facts. We just killing with facts.
That's
right.
That's all. You know, this man.
That's all.
That boy went 10 years, man.
10 years, man.
10 years.
10 years.
And people, I seen somebody was like, no, that was not. No, it was 10 years. It was the 2014 season.
Yes,
right?
It was 2014 season. Yes. All facts.
It just happened in January of 2015. That's all. But it was definitely the 2014 season.
Yeah, 2014. The freshmen were
crazy. I had been out of high school for 6 years at that point, bro. That is crazy. Like, bro, my metabolism has slowed down since that game, bro.
Barry, what's up, Barry? What's going on with you, bro? How you
good?
Doing? Ainsley in the house. Yeah, so yeah, sweet home Bama 24. I would, he cool, man. I wasn't gonna just pull a belt out for real. I just wanted to just kill him with facts, sweet home. We don't even got to go deep into it. So hold on, let me see what David said. Respect to David, man. David says, so 9 years then, get it right. No, David.
It's 10, what are you talking
about?
It's 2024.
This is the 2024 football season, David.
Yes.
That was the 2013 season played in January of 2014. There's been a full 10 years.
You know what? He might be right. It might have been 14 and the game was played in 15.
No. We played Clemson in 15.
You right. See, David, get off.
Yeah.
See, I was trying
that was 2013, but it was played in January of 2014, right? So come on, David. But you know what, David? I like you. So we're gonna just say that equals 9. You all right with me, David? We're gonna give 9.
We're gonna give you a 9.7.
9.7 straight. See, Coach SMook hooking you up already, David.
I got you, dog. I got you. Look, I've been to pro day. I got to see. Crazy. I got to dap Mike Tomlin up, Antonio Pierce, Cole Kubrick.
I seen my boy.
That was crazy. They just walked by, dapping folks up. Kyle was over there handling business on the phone, man, and I was just like freelancing for a minute because it was hard to get any type of footage or anything today. So it was more so a networking opportunity for me. Locked in with a few players that are going to the draft. We're going to have some draft eligible draftees coming through here in the next coming weeks before the draft. So that's going to be fun, man. I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, I'm proud of the kids, man. You guys did a great job with the coverage. I watched a couple of videos.
Yeah.
You did an awesome job with the coverage that brought a lot of good things. Kyle, Taylor, yourself. I showed a lot of y'all videos to a lot of my partners at work. You know what I'm saying? Just really, really, really putting them in a bird's eye. It was one video you did when you were behind Ty, right? Yeah, that was a good video, man. They really, really enjoyed those videos and really, really, really dove knee deep into it, man. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Let me see what Trainwreck said, right, Coach SMook. Trainwreck says, Ohio State average recruiting class over the last 8 years is 3. In that time, Georgia, Clemson, LSU, Bama have all won natties. Hey, David, that is the truest statement I could possibly tell you.
I was going to say, this is the only school that continues to bring in a top 5 recruiting class annually and still can't beat Michigan the past 3 years, still can't win a conference outright, when it matters. Anytime there's 2 good teams in that conference, they're never the number 1 team. So it's to me, it's almost like they've been given a lot of credit for things that they really haven't accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Ryan Day
David,
overrated too, man. I'm telling you, Ryan Day overrated. They spent all that money, and they about to lose 4 or 5 games again this year. You know,
I tell you this is what I'll say. If it's one thing, if I'm David, that you should be very appreciative of, David, you should be extremely appreciative. Like you should really, really, really think about writing this man a letter, because if Devontae Smith had played the second half, he might still be catching passes even today.
that boy would have. You know how Real Rocker got the highest scoring of all time?
Yeah.
Smitty would have went for 400 in one game.
Would have went for 400, definitely, because they could not cover him easily.
It was one at 221 in the first half.
Yeah, he had two. I think it was 250. I thought it was 250.
Jesus.
I thought it was 250.
How do you? That's like some Madden Blitz 2000. You remember Blitz 2000 on Nintendo 64?
Oh yeah, I do.
Man, you could throw that you could put Terrell Davis from the Broncos on any play. Throw him the ball. He might run it. He got to take it to the house. Play for the Broncos. They had who else they had on there? Was going crazy. Young Terrell Owens and Jerry Rice. Those were cheat codes. Devontae Smith was a cheat code when they play Ohio State.
Yeah, man, that wasn't even funny, right? It wasn't even funny. He broke his finger, whatever the case may be. And you know what, Coach? I just throw my clothes on. It's a wrap right now.
Because he could have came back. He had it spatted up to where he could have played. You know, it was no point.
It's no need. It's no need.
Coach, you know? I mean, I'm trying to work on my waves anyways. You know, can I go put my do-rag on, Coach? You know
Coach. I'm chilling. It's all good. And shout out to y'all though, man. Shout out to you. You better be glad David, Mike Fort not in here, David. Mike Fort have probably been
he'll light you up. He'll light you up. Michigan fan. Been had to be a referees up in here for y'all because y'all get hostile. Ohio State and Michigan fans, y'all get hostile with each other.
Yeah, they did, David. I saw that. They had I forgot his name, the guy. They had that linebacker out. It was in a 4, looked like a 4-4. Like I'm like, what are they doing?
About Smitty?
Yeah, they had a linebacker.
No, it was that one kid, man. The
DB. I know you talking about the DB.
Webb or something like that.
When they would put him in motion, number 40, what was his name? I forgot the linebacker's name, man. He got caught on Smitty a couple of times.
Yeah.
On those crossing routes, and he just did him bad, man. You know.
Yeah.
See what? Oh, Coach Al in here, Coach SMook.
What up, Coach Al in the building? What's good, famo? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah,
Coach
man.
I talked to him today. Ryan getting it.
I told him that you got to get that Discord popping on the weekend with Gil and himself and get OJ Townsend.
I'm gonna have to find somebody to run it, man. This full-time stuff ain't no joke, bro. It ain't no joke. And then I just picked up the other job yesterday. Started my first shift at the gym yesterday, and it wasn't strenuous at all. But when I got home, that pre-workout and that workout I did at 4:00, all that came crashing down. Kyle almost forgot about me this morning because I wasn't hearing no alarm or nothing. Yeah,
man. I be up at that time too, boy. I be up 3:45, man, getting it.
Listen, it's something else, like actually having to be up and working.
There you go, right there, Coach SMook, the brother in here, Gil. Shout out to you.
What up, OG in the chat?
OG Gil, much love, Gil. Much love.
He was checking in the other day when the Kaden Proctor news came out. He want to slide Kaden Proctor in the starting lineup. I said, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. He got to earn his keep. Cause I'm really sold on. I'm really bought into Wilkin Formby and Miles McVay, bro. I really am. As the next one is up, if Proctor gonna stay big, slide him the guard when Booker and those guys leave. You know, go fight Rock Montgomery and find out who's going to be at right guard. But we're gonna talk about some of the draft stuff today too, man. Some of the small stuff, the pro day stuff that I was able to see today, man. A lot of guys have been working, like really working, bro. And JC Latham, you know, we talked about how big he got last year. One of the things he highlighted was his weight loss, you know, since the season ended. You know, he dropped 20 pounds already, and he's planning to drop a little bit more. And during the drills, man, I mean, everybody I was standing by, it was hard to get a good clip with nobody talking, because every time he did something, they was like, dang, that dude is huge. Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like now he looks leaner, but he's still huge. Man, standing next to Kaden Proctor. I mean, not Kaden Proctor, but Darian Dallencourt,
Yeah.
Jason Latham, his build, even though they're similar in height, similar in weight, his build, and that's why I tell
Totally
people
different. Yeah.
totally different, man. He looks way more athletic, and no slight to Darian Dallencourt. He looked healthier than what we've seen, but still, man, like JC Latham went, and I would, bro, Sean, you would have loved how Coach Tomlin came out to evaluate him when it was time for the O-lineman. Coach Tomlin got up. He was the only coach that did it too. He got up, and whether drill was actually happening, that he was literally standing behind JC Latham the whole time. Every rep he went, he just walk off to the side when he finished his rep, came back out there, stand beside him or stand behind him, and was looking like, I said, yeah, Pittsburgh gonna try to get that boy.
Yeah. Listen, Coach SMook, I'm finna dip out and let you go and cook, man. Sorry it took so long, bro.
You good, bro? No, I needed it. I had to go grab me something to eat. Like I said, my body's adjusting. I did my first workout last night.
Was it rough?
Man, nah, I've learned over the years how to pace myself and don't go too hard. I wanted to go crazy, but I paced myself. Chest still feeling a little tight. Shoulders still, everything feel tight like I needed to. So when I go and hit it tonight, you know, I'm gonna go light, high rep, you know. We're gonna work it, man.
All right, then, Coach SMook, handle your business, bro. Good luck to you, bro. Shout out to all the coaches. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Kyle, Lady T. And shout out to the Undefeated, man. You guys were awesome, as you always are. I appreciate you. Love y'all guys to death. And we'll be back tapping in with you tomorrow, man. And y'all putting some footage out tomorrow, Coach SMook?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't think anybody got solid footage today. Like, being realistic, I don't think anybody got solid footage. Just the way they had us set up. And it was opportunities. Like, I was posting my little clips, but that's like viewer clip. Like, that's not quality what you want to put on the show or a segment. So we'll see. Kyle got the big camera. He was getting some stuff early, but the stuff that we wanted to see, we didn't get to see it. So
Son be on me, bro. Son be on me with this Bama State stuff. Shout out to Sean, man. Oh my God, Bama State. Goodness, man. Shout out to Gil. Shout out to everybody, Janet, everybody, man. Much love to you, Ruben. Always, brother. Ephraim, everybody, man. Jim, the whole nine. Roll Tide to you, man. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, Coach SMook.
For sure, bro. Roll Tide.
Right, roll Tide.
What's good, Undefeated? Your boy, Coach SMook, back in the building after a long day of work. Man, my legs are sore. But don't stop nothing. Don't stop no party. Let's crank this thing up, man. Y'all run the emotes up. We'll do our call-out session, and we'll get into this thing, man. I'm telling y'all, got some good vibes, got some good energy for y'all. Shout out to my boy Clinton in the chat, Auntie Janet in the chat, Tim in the chat, Marquita in the chat, Mike G. What's good, family? What's up, Moon Rocket? Everybody in this thing turned up. I see y'all. Speed. What's good? Sweet Home Bama. I see you. Auntie Janet. It's good. Y'all already know. It's good. What's good? Kareem in the chat. Matt Farms in the chat. Sean, what's up, cuzzo? I'm going to be in Montgomery this weekend. You better be available. As a matter of fact, I need you to inbox me your phone number ASAP. Kimberly Harmon, how you feeling, sis? Coach Al Sanders, the Coach Al Sanders, the OG. Bama fan, what's good? Stephen Angle, Caitlin. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. David, what is it? Davin Jones. I haven't seen your name. Welcome to the team, man. I don't know how long you've been a member, but welcome to the squad. Sunshine, what's good, fam? Sunshine was going in yesterday. Sunshine, you might be the new pit bull, man. You might be the new pit bull in the chat because you was going off yesterday. I like that energy. Caitlin in there. Let's go. Dwight, what's good? Talking about Ty Simpson. Dwight, why you just like to leak stuff, don't you? And I know I don't be telling you nothing, but you know we bros, like we here. You like to leak stuff, don't you? It's all good. We working on something though. We working on a few. Clinton, how you doing? Yeah, Ryan. Who you heard that from? Did you hear that here the other day when I said it, or somebody else? Train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here, Drake, what's good, man? Family, Jay Jackson, how you feeling? Carla, my sister, John, everybody, we got everybody here. What's up, Wade? Haven't seen you in a few days. Been busy, I know this time of year get busy for you. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing your thing. D Bama Swag, what's good, famo? You know what I'm saying? Joseph Davidson, what's good? Hey, make sure y'all share the live for your boy. Share it out. Let everybody know we live. Coach SMook is here with the SMook Scoop, right? Juan Rogers is here showing love. Lieutenant Dan Gaming. Lieutenant Dan, I think we need to crank up some Warzone soon, man. Once I get my stuff set all the way up, I think we need to crank up some Warzone. It'd be cool to have a Bama squad, you know. I actually was about to link up with Tyrone Prothrow and start a whole Bama squad and make that content like that. But yeah, we're gonna work on it. K Spray, Patriot Life in the building. DR334, Ruben in the chat. Let's go, man. Matt Farms, I see you. Frank White, what's good, family? Hey, we deep in here. Samuel Phillips, what's good? James Clark. It's like the list just keeps getting longer. I don't want to miss anybody. I want to at least hit everybody once. You know what I'm saying? Buck, what's good, family? Buck, you say you out? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. We got the best chat on YouTube, like for real. We really do. We really do. Like the way we interact and stuff. Chris from New Jersey, everybody, Joshua Ray, what's good? Everybody be asking about new commits, man. Let me tell y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm plugged in, y'all. I've been blessed beyond measures on a level that I would have never thought, man. Never thought I'd be. And I've been privy to some access that most aren't. So like I've been very quiet as of late because it's not important to me to be first. It's just important to have facts. And so that's what I've been relying on, y'all. I've been like really have, especially with the 26, 27 classes. I mean, I'm deeply embedded in those guys. And even the 25 classes, the few, I ain't gonna say the few, but right now in the 25 class, Bama football, as far as their primary outlets or the resources that they're going to use for their senior year for promotional and journey coverage, we got 14 guys on this list in the 2025 class. That's half of the guys that, you know, are going to realistically be signing to Bama. You look at the list of guys we just signed, you know, that we have commitments from, not necessarily signed, but have commitments from. All of those guys we're in personal contact with Bama football on YouTube. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yeah, we got Daryl. Yeah, didn't I tell y'all I was getting Duke? I didn't tell y'all that like 3 weeks ago. I didn't tell y'all that like 3 weeks ago that we was getting Duke. He texted me earlier too. He was saying he appreciate everything for everything. Yeah. I don't remember telling y'all. I mean, y'all don't remember telling y'all? I thought I told y'all. Like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, Duke, Daryl Johnson. Duke been scooped. Yeah, we scooped him about a month ago. Y'all don't remember that picture that was surfing on Twitter when somebody took a picture of it was a player on the sideline. I think Brody Smook ended up posting it and tagging me and saying Smook scoop. Remember who said it? And I said, oh yeah, he Bama. You know, remember that was about first week of spring practice when I called him. So, you know, that wasn't a surprise to me. But if you were on here last night, right? If you were on here last night, you got to get some exclusive insight on two major recruits in this 25 class. That in the name of Luke Metz and Michael Carroll. I mean, both 4-star, highly touted. I think Michael might end up being a 5-star. He's the number 3 interior offensive lineman in this class, right? Might end up being ranked the number 1. Him and Sanders are definitely going to be battling out. And both of those names are realistic targets and signees for us, commitments. We're realistically expecting commitments from both of those names. So another class on the way, another highly touted class on the way. And if I'm calm, it's because, you know, I'm settling into this role, man. I'm settling into this. The excitement is like always there, right? But I'm learning to contain it a little bit more. You all saw the Twitter action, right? People hating because your boy was talking to Ty. And I'm gonna expound on that conversation. But before we get into it, y'all, let's pay some bills. Let's show some love to our sponsors. I wasn't able to produce like I usually do. I had to handle some things on the outside, trying to still get situated down here. But let's run it over to our sponsors, and then once we come back, we'll start talking about Ty Simpson. All right, here we go. Take it away, Kyle.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Residence in Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinOC.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing up to 20% off. Also, go to therogueshop.com. Use the promo code Bama. You get legal CBD. For me, personally, I like the topical oil. You know how intense my workouts are, right? So I like the topical oil. I like to rub that on my back, whatever, after those cinder blocks. So go to their website, cruise down, look through their website, and definitely check out rogueshop.com. And like I said, I like the topical. Again, the promo code is BAMA. Also, think about becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Become a part of the Undefeated as low as $2.99 a month. That's 10 cents a day. How do you do this? Make sure you're logged into your account. This is on a computer. You can also do this on your phone and look for the tab that says membership. Once you click membership, you can see different options. You can see an upgrade button right there to the right if you want to go through the different levels. We have fan funder videos from the staff right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Very easy to navigate. Let us know if you have questions inside the comment box when trying to upgrade or renew your fan funder membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And of course, if you want to rock that undefeated gear, check out our merch store located at the bottom of the videos. We appreciate Patriot Life, Cynthia, Antoine, Caitlin, and to everybody else that supports us right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Yes, sir, ski. Hashtag RIOMB. RIOMB. Rub it on my back, baby. I love y'all, man. Listen, so the energy is here tonight. Listen, let's lock in for a little bit because I really want to talk about some things. We got a lot of energy right now on campus. We got a lot of energy within the fan base, on that roster, in the locker room. It's like the perfect energy. And it's only spring ball, right? It's only spring. The summer's going to be a hard summer, waiting for fall to kick off, right? But we're going to do our best to keep y'all engaged, in tune with what's going on. I keep saying I'm ready for A-Day, but at the same time, I'm not ready because that means that the off season is for real. We got to wait for 100 some days before we see them boys kick off. So I'm happy that it's coming, but at the same time, I'm not rushing it. Let's enjoy spring ball. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, train wreck. I already asked about Cornell. That's a young man that I do want to have on the show. We've been talking. He has a very busy schedule. One of the most highly sought after wide receivers in this 25 class. Bama is definitely high on his roster. On his list. I can't say that if I had to go a percentage, I'm gonna say about 75% Bama, right? We're in the lead with a lot of these wide receiver recruits. And the offensive scheme and Jamarcus Shepard's energy and his willingness to commit to developing these young men is definitely one of the coaching points, one of the pitches, right, that they're pushing. So I'm excited about that. Who else, man? Final roundup of the day. Let's jump into it. The final roundup. We could talk about the pro day, and kind of tie those two subjects in. I want to talk about some of the things I saw during pro day. Some of the things I saw during pro day. First of all, JC Latham, how his transformation is happening, continue to happen. But the athleticism of JC Latham at his size, there's legit reason for the buzz, and a lot of times when you're watching these offensive linemen, these big hogs out there, you don't get to appreciate it when you're watching it from a screen. But in person, you realize how big a 6'6", 6'7", 340-pound guy is. Like that's a move like he's moving. Even Darian Delacourt, his 40 time was a solid old lineman 40 time. Darian Delacourt did himself a lot of help showing up to the combine because if you turn on the film from the past 2 seasons, nobody's even looking at him. He might as well go sign up for overseas European league, right? But today he showed some explosiveness. He was coachable. There was a Coach Cap was out there kind of coaching some of the guys up on the sideline and showing them, and it was good to see the camaraderie amongst the guys that were out there competing and putting the things on display. So JC Latham, though, definitely one to be looking out for. I think he's going to come off the draft early, come off the board early in the draft. Terry and Arnold, charisma as always, had a nice vertical jump, nice broad jump. Also had a nice 40, ran a 4.41. I think that's what the time that was officially reported. The difference between pro day and combine is the coaches on the side, the NFL GMs, they're the ones with their official timers. They have one guy that's official time, and it's up to them to go there. So we didn't have, as media didn't have access to it, but his 4.4 time is definitely solid. And then same with Kool-Aid. You know, Kool-Aid has to have surgery on his foot and ran out there and ran a 4.49. You know, so it just goes to show you the type of athleticism that we were privy to happen in the secondary this past few years. Somebody that was not impressive, and I'm not, and this ain't no slight, but this is an evaluation I've had for the longest. You know, when I was on the other network, right, there was narratives that we were kind of forced to push, right? And Jalen Key was one of them. You know, him being the key add to the team, that was a thing that we were kind of forced to elaborate on. And when the game started, you know, Middle Tennessee State game, yeah, he baited that one pass at one pick, but name another play Jalen Key made throughout the rest of the year. None. He was out of position more than anything, especially with run support. Wasn't good in man coverage or soft, you know, bracket coverage. Got lost in schematics a lot, right? So to date, he didn't do himself any favors with his performance. I mean, he only did one attempt on the 40. You could tell he hasn't been in the lab working on his form or explosiveness out of that. The individual drills didn't look smooth there. Everything looked tight, you know, and I don't know if it was the weather or the conditions or just nervousness, but he looked very tight. So hopefully he can learn from it and continue to, you know, push towards the goal. I think somebody will grab him because he is talented. He has size, has very good ball playing skills when the ball's in the air at the safety position, but didn't do anything special. Who else? I don't know who told him to go pro, but he sure could have used another year. Yeah, man. And I'm not dogging him. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of flaws in that game, man. There was a young man, I want to say his name was Michael Vickers or something like that from Alabama State. Sean, you probably know him. Young man plays safety. He plays DB for Alabama State. He got invited to pro day at Alabama, and he looked very impressive. This young man was doing the broad jump, and it looked like he was floating, you know, as little effort. You know, one time he jumped like an 11.2 broad jump, and he was just like, it was like he didn't squat deep. It was like just a natural jump. I think his official ended up being like a 10.6, 10.7 after he stuck the landing. But yeah, it was definitely good. Yeah, so who else? Who else before I start getting into the buzz I started creating today? I know y'all want to talk about it. And I think I'm as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull a screenshot alert of the tweet. I ain't gonna screenshot it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what people are saying. I think it's funny what people had to say about my post. And y'all know me, I like to stir up the pot. I like to stir up the pot a little bit because you have people just naturally, like, they hate for no reason, like something that has nothing to do with them, has no effect on them, and they want to speak on it and push narratives. But yeah, it was pretty funny to me. Me and Ty Simpson talking earlier today. So I'm gonna jump into that after we finish talking about the rest of the guys at Pro Day. Who else, man? Braswell, Justin Aboigbe. Justin Aboigbe looked real good out there today. He didn't do a lot, but he did enough with the bags, show his power, show his bend, his mobility, right? Flexibility, create a lot of value for himself. I look at him as, you know, if not a late second round, a high third round, mid third round guy. And a guy like Justin Aboigbe, he don't need to go first round to show his value. You don't want to go in and be an every down player with his skill set. You want to be a spot player at the next level because it just fits for that mold, you know, the type of defensive end you want. He fits that mold. So being a specialist, being able to go in and be a run support specialist, a run stop specialist, or a pass rush specialist, which he has both of those capabilities, I think that's huge for him. Who else, man? Jace didn't perform today. Jace didn't do anything. Y'all know he's recovering. Had a great time talking with him, man, and getting some in-depth information about, his story this season. To know that he was hurt from week 6 all the way to the end of the season and to continue to perform. I mean, legit broken bone in his foot, y'all. Showing up after every game, having to wear a boot or getting some type of compression therapy. Didn't skip many practices, right? Just kept grinding, wanted to show up for his team, for his brothers. Jace always had my respect, but even talking to him, he's such a humble young man. He's shy, and you wouldn't think a guy like Jace McClellan would be shy with his skill set, his charisma, how he moves on the field, but he's a very shy young man. Talking with him and his mother, it was good catching up, meeting her in person for the first time, right? Miss Mia, and also dapping Jace McClellan up. That was, y'all, I was just there today. We were getting coverage for things that we could see, but it was a great opportunity to network. Justin Aboigbe finally got to catch up with him. I hadn't seen him in about 5 years. And it was crazy. It literally took half a sentence for me to remind him who I was, because the first time he see me, I didn't have hair on my head. And I don't think I was wearing glasses either. And his D-line coach in high school was the one that kind of, told me who Justin was when he was a freshman or a sophomore. He might have been a sophomore in high school. But introduced me to him. No, he was a junior. He He introduced me to him, so about 7 years ago now. And I've been kind of following Justin and supporting, been very critical of him. When he had the injury, the neck injury, the nerve issue, I knew it would be hard for him to come back. And so to see him come back like he did this past season, and he looks lean, man. I mean, Justin Aboigbe is a big dude, but he's like flat stomach, not a barrel stomach, not a big old country, but I mean, he looks like a lot of those guys are specimens right now. And it's just a testament to that good work. But Jace, David asked about Jace. Jace didn't work out today, dealing with the injuries. Y'all see me with the TI tip. But still, recovering from injuries. He's kind of solidified, and he's kind of solidified where he's going to go in the draft. I don't think he was ever like a day one guy, right? Unless somebody was going to take a gamble on him and look at his early season stuff, early career stuff before his injuries, and see how he continued to just develop. I don't think people appreciate Jay's lateral speed. There's a lot of times he would stretch the play out to the boundary and just beat guys to the edge and create space, because he had such a innate ability to stay square forward but move left and right. It was pretty impressive. His balance, his decisiveness, with the ball, with running his catching out of the backfield. Jace is a complete back, and somebody's going to get a steal if they catch him in the fourth, third or fourth round, which is where they're projecting him to go, right? Who else? Who else? I can't think right now. I got a flossy tonight too, man. I ate some good sandwiches. They said big time. I ain't big time, man. I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to get on so we can have access. That's it. Yeah, like a bodybuilder, Ray, Joshua. Aboigbe is huge, man. Burton. That's okay. Good question, man. Good question, Moon Rocker. Jermaine Burton. He showed up and he did some measurable stuff. He didn't run routes though. So that segues into what before I jump into that. Marshall didn't look impressive, but he is a specimen too. That dude's jacked. I feel like a lot of these dudes, if they don't make it in football, definitely gonna try to do bodybuilding because dude is a specimen too. Burton. So Burton didn't run routes today. So the conversation with me and Ty Simpson went like this, and I'm gonna pull the feed up. I just want y'all. I ain't gonna tell you what. I don't think I can play. Can I play the sound? I won't get copyrighted.
I'm getting people hype. They want you.
I mean, we have been laughing for about 3 minutes, bro, and then somebody's alarm goes off. Look, he said, "I'm trying to chill, man. I'm trying to chill." Listen to him. We talking, man. And Ty is a competitor. I want people to realize this dude is not a quitter. A lot of people had this conception or this misconception that Ty is just buying time. But if you feel like that, then you don't know this young man's character. He understands that there's a realistic plan for him. Me and Kyle were talking about this showing, leaving the pro day. We were talking about how, Ty Simpson is literally one bad series away from being the next guy, or 1 year, 1 season away from being the guy. I don't think it's a question to who is next up once Miro's tenure is done here, right? Ty Simpson is that dude. I mean, and he's a quarterback. Like, just look at him. He's built like a quarterback. You see, he's putting on some solid weight, man. This dude Ty Simpson is jacked, man. He's jacked. And I think all the quarterbacks are doing these back workouts because you remember we was talking about Miro having 2 children on his back. Well, Ty, he got some preemies. He got some preemie children on his back, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? But he's an athlete. But I want to get into this because we were having a solid conversation about, his drive. I was like, what's keeping you dedicated? He was talking about his excitement, just to be at pro day to help his bros. And that's what stood out to me. This team is not about they don't have the me-centric attitude. And I can appreciate that, man. I can appreciate that. But let's look at some of these comments, man. Where's the oh yeah, this one right here. Not gonna lie, this weird, bro. Can somebody tell me what was weird about what I did? I need to know realistically. What's the what was weird about me talking to, and was it because I was whispering? Because if that's the case, nobody was yelling in that building. Like, we were in a field house and you don't hear nobody talking. I don't like, what am I supposed to be the only loud ghetto one? Like, what I was supposed to do? We were having a legit conversation. And that's why I went. Dude said, no, I gonna lie, this weird, bro. And like, you talking about bro, but you're not even a follower, Ethan. What are you talking about? You don't even follow me. But he said, I just asked him, I said, do you hear anybody else yelling? Like, yeah, my boy Big Javier, he said, how's this weird? Like, what was weird about anything? And then somebody else was like, this is so cringe. I was being a fan. I don't think people realize, like, I was over there filming clips like I'm supposed to as a reporter, as a team reporter, right? And he turned around and started talking to me. Like, it felt good to be like, of all the people that were standing around, Ty Simpson turned around and talked to me. I'm just saying, I don't know what's weird about it. Oh, snap. What y'all doing, man? Oh, okay. I see y'all acting up. Ray Parham, Dallas needs a tackle because their Pro Bowl tackle Smith left. I don't think he's going to be. Caleb, I don't think JC going to fall to Dallas. I think they like number 29. 20. They down low in the draft order. Sweet Home Bama 24 asked about Trez Marshall. He wasn't impressed. You know what? His running style during the 40 was so funny because Kyle came right over to me. He was like, yo, I've never seen that at a combine. Like, so Trez, but I don't know, man. Trez was really highly touted coming before he came to Bama. And I just don't see it. And I'm not saying he trashed. Trez is a good player. The style of linebacker play that we wanted from him wasn't his skill set. Kind of put him in a lot of bad positions. So I don't know. But I know you can't miss as many tackles as he did and expect to have some type of I guess value put into your draft stock. SMook, you have access and some of the haters don't. Keep getting it in and building content, bro. And that's the thing. I wasn't even looking for content. I was just interacting with a young man. But appreciate that, Coach Al. Appreciate that, fam. And I know that's what it is. I just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And they come in here, they watch the show. You see, when I started acknowledging it and started addressing them, you'll see the numbers drop. Like you'll see 8 go down real quick. Because I peep game. So appreciate them for hanging out and trying to get clips. And then we also have people that come in and just, who showed out. Ephraim. If I had to really choose somebody that really showed out, I'm gonna say Kool-Aid, and it's not because it's Kool-Aid, but to be out there on a broken foot, right, and doing what he was doing at the rate he was doing it at. I mean, he had to do the broad jump like 6 times, and you could tell that he was in pain. Ended up still jumping a 10-1, a 10-2 on a messed up foot, right? Yeah, so it was pretty good. Ronnie Tabasco said, I was there today. You guys were busy filming all day. Oh, that's what's up, man. Look, did you see me? I got on the same clothes. Did I have my hat on? I don't think so. Did you see this tall, light-skinned dude out there? Y'all, let me fix my hair. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Today was a day, man. Running into a lot of those players, and today was a day, bruh. Today was a day. Seeing recruits, talking to. Oh, y'all ready to get into it? Let's get into it. Let's start talking about this recruiting roundup. I gotta put y'all on game. But Pro Day was definitely a success for a lot of players. I feel like a lot of these guys did what they needed to do to continue to create value. It was good seeing like all the current players that are still here, and a lot of the incoming newcomers, they were on the field. Austin Mack was out there. Jay Okornako, he was out there. The other linebacker, Casey, man, that kid is big too. Sterling Dixon was out there today. Caleb Odom was out there. Who else, man? Jalen, of course, was out there. Deontay Lawson, Jahad Campbell, James Smith. James Smith was out there. He had on a funny outfit too, man. It was like not funny. He just looked like he was just mad comfortable. Like he was the most comfortable person in the field house today. And it wasn't like tacky. It was like he just kind of threw it on, but it was like his vibe. So yeah, I did see Casey Poe. That's who else was out there. That's a huge dude too, man. And a lot of them were coming out of the weight room, and it's good, to see these guys still putting in work. Spring practices around. I don't think there was an actual practice today. Practice was yesterday, right? So see them just continue to put in work. It was pretty good. But the buzz around Ty Simpson, I did that on purpose. I knew people would start talking crazy about Milroe when only thing Ty did, he didn't throw the ball to no receivers. He was literally the guy that was throwing for the DBs and linebacker drills, for reaction drills, the W drills, trying to catch the ball after making a break. That's all it was. So yeah. Who else was out there, man? It was a couple former players. I forget his name. It wasn't Isaiah Buggs. It was a defensive lineman. I forget. He was out there too. It was a lot of people out there, y'all. I met Phil Savage today. If you don't know who Phil Savage is, just go do some research. Phil Savage, he's on the Jet staff. I met him today. That was pretty cool, shaking his hand, knowing the history behind what he's brought to the game of football for the past 40 plus years, I guess you could say, right? Ronnie, tell him it was strictly business and conversations that were being had. Like the players, as media, the players will come over and talk to you when they feel the vibe. They'll walk by, they'll dap you up, introduce yourself. I wasn't around there running around looking for attention. I tell you that much. I don't do that. I was just admiring being there. Let me get something real quick. I got a souvenir to show y'all. I'm gonna get this real quick. Hold on. I had to get this because this is something that's going to be sentimental to me. And I had a vision today, right? And this is not Bama football related, but this is kind of like encouragement to everybody to not give up on like destiny and dreams when life and tests and trials come. This means a lot to me, y'all. To have this media pass, to be representing Bama football on YouTube, and y'all see my name, that's me. But to be at Pro Day today and to be able to have this to hold on to. Like my sons, I have sons that have dreams and aspirations of going to the NFL, right? I have sons, and to be able to go and show them the footage and stuff like that, you know, I was thinking about a lot of that. I got full thinking about that, and it felt good to be a part of this whole thing, man. Like I promise you, this might get framed. I plan on getting a few autographs from players that are going to the draft. I plan on getting them to autograph this and holding on to it, man. This is huge. I promise you, I'm never going to forget this. Shout out to Kyle Henderson and Bama football on YouTube. Shout out to the team for entrusting me to be in this position. Like this means a lot, y'all. I got emotional thinking about it earlier because 4 months ago I was nowhere near this position. You know, I was nowhere set up to be at pro day, to be at a Bama practice. So yeah, man, this is huge for me. I just wanted to share that with y'all. A lot of it is due to y'all too. So it was definitely good. Kool-Aid, will Kool-Aid go in the first round? I think so. I think he solidified himself as a first rounder. Ways well, appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate that for real. I'm working, man. I'm working. We working. You know, you've worked hard to be here. God's favor is unreal. Hey, listen, and that's what I give. I give all praise to God. You know, all glory to God for everything that's happening. You won't ever hear Coach SMook talk about what he did. Yes, my face is there, but yo, this is a team effort, and it's all being driven by God. You know, it's in His will for us to be great right now, and I'm embracing it. But let's get into it. Let's get to our commitment roundup. So, as you all know, got a huge commitment from my boy Daryl Duke Johnson. You know what I'm saying? That kid, I had to tap in with him earlier today. He was really overwhelmed with a lot of what's going on with his recruiting. He was very relieved to be able to settle in, right, and pick his spot, right, and he's locked in. You know, I don't see Duke going anywhere, flipping. You know, none of that. I don't see it happening. He is bought into what Bama, their projection and what their plan is for him, and I'm excited for him. I think he's going to have a great campaign during his tenure here at Alabama. Right, I think he's going to be one of those kids that come in, may not start the first year because of the talent in front of him, but he understands what development means. Right, he understands the importance of development, and he's going to be a great ad. You know, he's going to be playing the edge, so he goes into one of the most athletic rooms on the field, right, on the team, and he's going to be a factor. I think this 25 class. You're going to see a lot of them next year be on the special teams because they're going to be deep, man, with athletes. And I would love to see those young guys get at least the special teams reps, put the pressure on them to be disciplined on special teams. You know, one thing I always like to do as a coach when it came to personnel and all that, my freshmen that made varsity, I made them play special teams, you know, it was kind of like a rite of passage, right? So I would like to see that type of mindset kind of implemented. Of course, mix it up, put your tight ends out there, you know, big guys out there that can tackle, linebackers, but definitely let your young guys get out there and prove themselves, right? Say get my autograph? Nah, man, listen, I'm gonna be getting autographs from other folks. But who else, man? Some names that we need to be looking out for real heavy, and I'm gonna pull my phone out because it's a lot of them. Dejon Lee Jr., right? Cornerback. I think he's like number 4 or something like that in the nation. Tariq Hayer. He was just on campus this earlier this week. Now he's in at Auburn. He was at Auburn today, I believe, and he did not look happy. And conversations with him, I feel good with where Bama stands with him. Lincoln Cure is the tight end we just offered this past week. Expect maybe an early announcement from him. I don't know if it's Alabama or I want to say Tennessee was the other team, but this is a Kansas kid, right? Alabama is more than likely the closest thing to home from what he's used to, right? And he has an opportunity to come in next year with the likes of CJ Dupree leaving, Robbie Oots. I think Ty Lockwood is still there, but not Lockwood. I'm thinking about somebody else. No, it is Ty Lockwood because Kiltman is gone, right? I think Ty Lockwood is still there. You got the tight end room is going to open up a little bit, right? You're going to have Danny Lewis. You're going to have Jay Lindsey. So you're going to need more guys to build depth in that tight end room. Josh Cuevas, of course, and then Lincoln Cure. I keep saying Linden. Lincoln Cure is one that I really think we're going to have a good chance with. You all saw Michael Carroll come on last night, along with Luke Metz. Those two, I feel like we're going to have a solid chance. Right now, Luke, I'm 100% sure he's coming Bama. You know, that's what I feel. And then Michael, I feel like he's right there at the 90%. You know, right there with it. So, what's up, Brody? How you feeling, Brody? This my guy, y'all. If y'all see Brody Smoot in the chat, y'all show my brother some love, man. He's over at 100.9 with Ryan C. Fowler and that crew, and the great content that they do. I think he's an understudy over there. You're going to be hearing his name very soon, you know, amongst the ranks of Alabama coverage. But in recruiting also, me and him bounce off of each other a lot. I respect what he does. Who else, man? Abdul Sanders Jr. That's another name. That's somebody else that I've had brief conversations with. He's in a busy part of his recruitment, right? And I honestly think that because of what we have to offer for him and his career progression, he's one of them guys that doesn't want to have to play 3 years to create value. He's one of those guys, a year, 2 years, he feel like he can develop and really be an impact guy. And when it's time for him to start, he wants to be that guy. Get what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are bought into process, which is amazing to me with this society and this new age of mindset with these teenagers. Carla M. Bailey with the $5 super chat says, "Smook, thank you for so openly sharing your experience on this journey with us. Honored to be a part of it." Hey, Carla, you know what? I never thought about it like that. And now that you put it like that, I guess I am kind of like bringing y'all along this journey, ups and downs. Y'all have seen me get corrected live on stream. Y'all see me, you know, have to dial it back. Some be told to dial it back. Y'all see me be pushed. Y'all have seen me do everything early in this career, in this journey. And I appreciate y'all for being along for the ride, for real, supporting. The support is real. Because lately, your boy be feeling kind of lonely without his family around. You know, I don't get off stream and go play with my kids, you know, and took my daughter and wrestle with my son right now. So having y'all support is big. You know, I got friends here. You know, I got my brother that I'm staying with, but ain't nothing like having your family here. So y'all being with me is great. Mets tape reminds me of Corey Reamer or Dylan Lee. Not even. Caleb, you know, and I get the white boy reference, not being racist, but I do get the white boy reference. But I saw more of a Mac Wilson. I saw more of a Mac Wilson with his range, his tenacity, his ability to cover in space, his dissecting of the plays. Like, he has an innate ability. If I had to put IQ on early IQ on him, I would say early Rolando McClain IQ. You know, not saying he's Rolando McClain by any far of the measure, because that's, you know, you got some steps before you reach that level. But mentally, Mac Wilson, I like Mac Wilson. Even I don't know if y'all remember when Keith Holcomb used to play spot minutes, how smart he was. Y'all remember Holcomb had a lot of in space breakups, PBUs, and a few interceptions during the year where he spot played. So I think it's solid. I think it's solid. I can see Corey Reamer a little bit. I can see Corey Reamer with the build, right? With the build. But yeah, you look at his skill set. Yeah, Caleb said that's an even better comparison. Appreciate that, man. I mean, but you weren't far off. I definitely get why those are the other. That's why I even gave him. If he comes to Bama and ends up having to, I don't think he's going to be small enough to go to Rover or Husky, but I think he comes to Bama in those big sets where you're playing against run heavy teams, and you got to go to more of a traditional 3-4 look, right? Where you bring the extra linebacker and you take one of the DBs off the field. He's the type of build you want out there. Him and Quentin Reese, QB Reese, all those guys, Sterling Dixon, that's the type of build you want out there. He fits that mold with his skill set also. So I like the comparison. I like those two comparisons that you brought up, man. It's okay to be excited about having access that others dream about. Today was a lot of fun. Hey, Ronnie, I'm glad I ain't the only one, because I was very excited, and I feel like I conducted myself like a professional. I was excited though, man. It was. I don't think I'm gonna ever get tired of it. I think I'm gonna be 10 years in the game. Hopefully, I could last that long and really be still excited about building relationships with recruits, building relationships with players on the roster. Learning the coaches, because coaches changes are going to happen, right? I'm ready to be a part of the next, and I'm not rushing it, but I want to be one of the media guys when we have a coaching change, like the media guys that were with Saban and are with Kaden DeBoer now. When I went in for my first presser, to do the first presser, it was one of those things where they was talking about, you remember when Coach Saban used to do this, and I couldn't join in on the story because I wasn't there. So I can't wait to be a part of that next change. Shout out to my guy Tyler Brown. He said, best show on here for Tide News. You guys are the best. I tap in every day because of y'all. Roll Tide. Man, Tyler, we greatly appreciate that $4.99 super chat. And man, look, we just do what we do, man. We compete because we're competitors by nature, but it's not in a disrespectful manner. We just compete because we want to be the best, right? As you should, right? As you should. Everybody should want to be the best at everything they do. So appreciate that $4.99 super chat. But let's jump into this. I talked about a lot of commitments, right? So, Kylan Deere, running back, he was here. Who else? And I'm just talking about 25 guys. I don't want to get into the. And I said something about Cornell too, about 70%, 75% with Cornell. The other names before that, I think we're basically locked in with them. They're just enjoying visits, free money, free food, whining and dining. I encourage them all to go enjoy it. Mets look like Drew Sanders on the field. You think so? You think so, Coach Al? I don't think Drew Sanders was as rangy as Luke Metz. Because Luke can get out and cover. Luke can come right now and be like a spot Husky or Rover in this style of defense. Run supportability, run play diagnose, playing in space, covering in space. I just think he has a little bit more range. I think he has a lot more range. Yeah, I definitely said. I said that when he got recruited to us, Coach Al. I said that when he got recruited to us, his best fit because of what Dallas and Braswell and Will were doing. I just didn't see his skill set being magnified at the edge. So, and yes, he was a beast. Definitely was a beast, train wreck. And I think he would have been perfect at inside linebacker. Especially the year he was Toa was getting those reps. And Toa is going crazy in the league now. But I think Drew Sanders would have sufficed. I think he would have been solid there. Great, honestly. What's up, JJ? Any news? Not really. Not any crazy news tonight, man. Nah. Everything that's been that's happened has came out. I know people was talking about Kaden Proctor situation. Before I jump into spring practice, let's talk about that real quick. So it was crazy because one of the first questions that was asked to JC Latham was, how do you feel about Kaden Proctor coming back? And he basically was saying in so many words, it's easy to get somebody's attention when they're going through something. But Bama is Bama, and the grass ain't always green on the other side. That's what he said. And then somebody asked him, had he talked to him? And he was like, nah, I'm a bit focused on, getting ready for the draft, which is what he should be focused on, not focused on what's going on in college. It's good to stay connected to you guys, but the good ones really go in and they get locked in and they get in the lab and they do what they do, man. So what else? What else did he say? Oh, did y'all see the clip I posted of how he jumped into Kool-Aid and Terrion's interview? And he basically challenged Terrion to ones, man. Asked if they could lock him up. And Terrion, Terrion being the charismatic person that he is, gave like a slick way of saying, I ain't trying to be bumping bellies with you, big boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and JC had a lot of energy today. You could tell that he felt very confident about his showing. Same thing with Kool-Aid, Terrion. I think Jason McClellan was, like I said, his energy was just like he was there supporting his brothers, He wasn't being offish. He's not very outspoken. So, but he shaking his hand and talking to him, man. A lot of these guys are sure about their decision. And the only few that I don't think were sure were the likes of, like I said, Jalen Key. Derek and Dallencourt really didn't have a choice, but I don't think he's as confident. He looks healthier though. Trez Marshall didn't look impressive, but somebody will get him and he'll flourish when it's time to get on the field. Who else? That's it. That's it for Pro Day, y'all. That's it for Pro Day. I'm kind of over Pro Day. Commitments. We talked about commitments. What we got next? Let's get into spring practice number 5. Tomorrow we got spring practice coverage. We'll be able to get y'all some actual footage tomorrow. Our format tomorrow, it'll be cool to have us do like we did last time. We kind of got a system set up to where we're going to kind of do post-practice report from the facility. We won't connect to the Wi-Fi this time. We'll just run off data, right? But the plan is to do that and have a solid plan that's going to set us up to do what we got to do, man, to get y'all this coverage. Some things I'm expecting to see tomorrow during our opening coverage part where we're able to view. I want to see like if any lineups have changed of how guys are lining up in as far as their order in the drills, right? Because that's always a telltale sign of who your leaders are or who's trying to be a leader. Not necessarily a depth chart, but it definitely helps to kind of give you a good idea. Hopefully we can get a segment where we see offensive linemen doing schematic work, right? Doing either scales or what they call it, implementation period, where we're implementing, game plan or game scheme, right? What else? Wide receivers. I really want to get a better look at the full group of wide receivers. The first practice, we didn't get to see much of them. They were on the other end, and I was kind of just in awe of being there. So tomorrow, we'll have a little bit more focus on some of the areas we did get touched. If I had to put a poll in the chat or ask a question in the chat, what position group are you all wanting us to kind of rely on and focus on tomorrow? And we did O-line and DBs last time, so I would do this for this one. I'm gonna do a poll. Give me a few seconds. So we did O-line last week. So let's do let's put D-line in there because I it's been some buzz about who's showing up in different spots. Outside linebackers, right? Or linebackers in general. Y'all want to get linebackers? I'm putting linebackers on there. Running backs. We didn't really talk much about the running backs last week. And let's talk about. Well, we won't get to see much special teams. Let me put an option out there. I guess we could put quarterback out there. Let's go to poll. The poll's up for y'all. Y'all go ahead and run them votes up, man. We got 254 in the chat. Looks like we're sitting at how many likes? Let me go back and see. Do. Y'all make this jump so easy to do, man. Because y'all just flow with me. Y'all flow with the panel. Make it do what they do. Ty Hayes just released his video for Duke. My boy be doing numbers. Shout out Ty Hayes over there on Around the Table Sports, man. Y'all ever see y'all friend doing things and y'all just be like, man, you don't got to do that no more. You're bigger than that. That's how I am with Ty. He's such a great dude, man. He's just so nice. Helping people who don't want to help themselves type stuff. We got 32 votes on the poll. Y'all keep running up for your boy. Ear was itching. Shout out to my guy, Patriot Life. Been a member for 2 months, coming in, talking about some roll tide roll. I feel you, brother. OMG offense. What about long snapper Ephraim? Shut up. Shut up. You stupid, man. Right back, tight end, linebackers. Okay. I put the poll up. We can add that, though. I say running backs, tight ends. We could get both of them together. QBs and running backs can go together, right? tight ends, wide receivers. I think we could add that. Let me end the poll. I end the poll and put it's kind of hard to do like 4 choices. Position group to watch. Hey, y'all, if y'all got them fan funder messages, them ultimate funder messages that you can send for free, I would love to see y'all post them so I could see who we got. Antoine Cunningham been a member for 2 months. A lot of these aren't going to be accurate. If you like me, you got yours on a prepaid card. It's going to start over every time. Running backs, tight ends. I could see that, man. I will get into the running backs. Jared, say kick holder. Oh, y'all make me sick, man. Center, there is some competition there. So I will be curious to see who takes the first team look tomorrow. It's been James Brockemeyer the first couple practices I've been to. Let's see if Brailsford makes an appearance there in the first group. D-line rotation and linebacker. I think we're going to have a good variety, a good opportunity to get some variety tomorrow because of, myself, Taylor, and Kyle. We kind of know what to expect this time around. Most of my clips and things of that nature will be more so of like reactive stuff, but they'll have the actual B-roll. They have the big cameras that do the good recordings, right? iPhone do good, but it don't have the range like you want. Caleb, I don't think you're gonna see much kick return stuff going on with your crazy self, man. Y'all funny. Who held field goals last year? Legit question. James Burnham and Ty Simpson. It was kind of like a rotational thing, but Ty Simpson and James Burnham definitely was there. I wouldn't mind seeing Dylan Lonergan be out there. He's a baseball player. They got ice in their veins. Full pass, yes, sir. We will be hearing some popping tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't wait. Dang, you said that, it just got me hyped. Center QB, and I can't wait to see complete field goals all season, period. Laugh a lot, I miss you. Will I miss you? Listen, that's who else? James, Will Riker today at the combine showed out. So he kicked indoor for the first part. He missed, I think they did 10. He went 7 of 10 out of the ones, but all the ones he missed was because they were 50 plus. Well, the first one he missed was 47 from the, was it right hash? No, it was left hash. Left hash is his weak point, right? If you had to give Will Riker a weakness in his kicking game, left hash. But all the misses were not due to left or right. It was like his power at that range. The ceiling is not high enough to get that trajectory right to clear. And the thing is, y'all got to remember, NFL uprights are a little bit more narrow than college. And college is more narrow than high school. So he was focusing on trying to keep it, visualize this NFL width of a goalpost. And if that was the case, he was really on point. Like every kick, the scouts that were on the sideline were like, this dude's legit. So yeah. What Brody said, somebody got offered. Yeah. Somebody got offered, Brody? I didn't see it. We just offered 2024 Zaire Addison. That's crazy. Brody, we talked about him a couple weeks ago, and it didn't look like Alabama was going to make a push for him. What's your feels on it? I would love to have you on too, Brody, for a few minutes. I'm gonna talk to Kyle about getting you on here while we talk recruiting, because me and Brody, we talk recruiting late night. We talk about a lot of things. Is guys that he's got on his roster, is guys that I got on my roster, and we're kind of like getting them together. They already have this group chat. I ain't gonna give you the name that I was given. Did y'all see the balloons? What in the world? Where did that come from? Time out. Did y'all see? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Darkwing Duck. Okay. I'm just making sure I wasn't tripping. Y'all know, I will not reveal the contents of this, but that ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, I'm just making sure. I was like, y'all know I got a big forehead, so I thought the light had hit my forehead, and I caused a glare on this camera. That's what I thought. I thought it was the light from my forehead hitting the camera, and I messed it up. James Turner said, "What's going on in tight end room?" Danny Lewis is the front runner right now. CJ Dupree has been in a black jersey, but Danny Lewis, Robbie Oots at the H back, Josh Cuevas is out there. Jay Lindsey developing. Jay Lindsey is very athletic. That's an athletic guy. He's a developmental piece. I think he's really just calm. But we got some tight end recruits that I'm looking at. Lincoln Cures, I think we can lock him in just because of the lack of depth in that room, and he'll have a chance to play early. Hey man, listen, Peyton Man forehead is a forehead compared to mine. Let's be real. I got a 9 head. Listen, and I'm proud of it. All my kids, I have cursed all my children with the same forehead. Luckily, my boys got strong hairlines, right? Luckily, my girls got a lot of hair, because if they didn't, be in trouble. Be in trouble, y'all. Hey, listen, I ain't got no shame. Listen, nobody's gonna beat me at roasting me. I promise you that. If you ever come and try to roast me, you gotta be good, because I beat you to it, and then I'm gonna flip it. That's just, I come from that area. Anybody that come from East Alabama, South Alabama, mid Central Alabama, North Alabama, Birmingham area, we know how to roast, man. We know how to roast. I ain't met too many from Huntsville that know how to roast. Get out of the way in West Alabama. I ain't met too many of them that know how to roast. Mobile don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? We know how to, what we call it, jive. We used to call it jive growing up. Oh, you trying to jive, dude? Yeah. You say I got nothing on Peyton's? Man, I beg to differ. Me and Peyton, y'all set it up. Me and Peyton gonna have a forehead bout, like, bow, see who lasts. I don't know. He do got like that lumberjack type feel to his forehead. I ain't got that. My junk just naturally huge. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, Tim Smith? You think so? I think Tim Smith just was in the wrong type of scheme, Marquita. And I'm excited for Tim Smith this year, because I honestly think he's going to be one of those guys that he has that mentality. Nobody's going to outbeat him. Nobody's going to do him. So with him going back to a more natural defensive tackle position, right, instead of trying to be pushed inside to nose, I think it opens it up for him a little bit more. The 3 technique is very solid for him. 3-eye, anywhere in the 3. I miss roasting Kyle and his silk shirts. Man, please, Trainwreck. I don't, bro. I don't know if y'all remember. It used to be this little rap battle thing on YouTube way back in like 2009, 2010. And it was also like this roasting session. This dude used to. Who is this? I don't know who that is. I thought it was a recruit. But yeah, I used to be on that jump on the phone. You just get on the phone and roast. You couldn't see nobody. That's when I really knew I could get it. Boy, just got a migraine. All right, Sean. Don't hang around too long. Don't hang around too long. Don't hang around too long, son. I get the going. But I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to save it for Friday. Y'all know Friday is our nights to act up. If we have a show Friday, I definitely act up. But tonight, man, I think today has just been an awesome day. I'm gonna get off here because I got to get ready for work tonight. But this segment has been fire. I hope I didn't shortchange y'all. I think I was in here for the time I was supposed to be, right? Oh yeah, it's going on 9:30. But yeah, appreciate y'all for hanging out. I might go live for my workout tonight. It won't be that long, get 30 minutes max. But y'all continue to support your boy. Check out the content here on Bama Football on YouTube daily. We're going to be producing some type of content daily, meaningful content, stuff that's going to keep you engaged. If you got any recruits or anything, we got our under the radar and on the radar segments tomorrow. I think let me find the schedule 1 second before I start putting that information out. Man, let me pull this up too. Let me pull the schedule up and then I'm gonna let y'all go to sleep. Well, then y'all can go to sleep if y'all gonna go to sleep. But let me see. Tonight, Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. All right, so check this out. 9 a.m. you got Kyle and Ty. Oh, we got some heavy juice coming in tomorrow. Then 10 you got Jake. Then you got myself to follow up with Jake. And they want me to go for 2 hours, so expect Jake to stay on with me for like an extra 30 minutes, right? And we'll attack the under the radar. The only reason I didn't want to do under the radar is because at nighttime is when we could have the player, the high school kids on. So I might save it and we might just do some chalk talk. I'll get with Jake tonight and see what we can get into tomorrow as far as collabing. Then the evening crew, the live will start at 7 p.m. Not sure what the evening's live will consist of. I know more than likely we'll probably want to let the guys start the live, and then we'll come and me and Kyle probably jump in from a different connection and do post practice presser reaction. So yeah, we got that going, and then yeah, that's what'll be happening tomorrow. So 9 a.m. you got Kyle and Ty, following them up, Jake Merrill, then following Jake, myself, I'll be on. We'll go from 11 to 1. Then myself, T, and Kyle will head to the facilities for practice coverage. Get y'all some of that good B-roll. I think tomorrow can actually be like tweeting. So I'll be like doing like not play-by-play, but things that I'm evaluating. I won't be I won't put out formations and things of that nature. I'll put out groupings, right? I won't put out play calls. I'll talk about a catch from mirror, things of that nature. If we're there and able to see that stuff, I'll report it. So, and Nico, yeah, you be late, man. It's getting late. You must be getting off late. But y'all, I appreciate y'all, man. And shout out to everybody in the Undefeated for supporting, man. Continue to do what you all do. We greatly appreciate you all. This is definitely the best chat out there. Ain't no questions about it. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all support us. Y'all show love. Pass this channel, right? I got family members now in this chat. Like some of y'all are family. So a lot of y'all family. And that's because y'all have made it. Y'all have made it y'all duty to be noticed and to support your boy. And in this time of where I'm at in life, I greatly appreciate it. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love. It's your boy Coach SMook. And tonight, Antoine.
Good.
Roll Tide. Bro, y'all have a good one, man. Love you guys.